everybody, and good afternoon. Welcome to Adamson Stadium here in California, Pennsylvania, where we have a PSAC West matchup between the Griffins from Seton Hill University and the Cal U Vulcans. For CUTV Sports 1, my name is Peyton Trollinger, and always beside me is my color analyst, Jonathan Sakaguchi. Johnny, let's give us a little bit of an introduction between these two teams here.
Well, Cal U coming in with a lot of momentum after last week, winning the Coal Bowl in a thriller, where they were down 13 at the half, came back to win it at 38-34 up at IUP. However, for Seton Hill, last opponent they had was against Clarion, and their largest victory of the season so far is they beat the Golden Eagles 49-0. And so Seton Hill picking up their fourth win of the season and their second conference win. And little info I picked up on earlier this week, Peyton. These two teams have met at the last 6 times. 6 of the last 8 times. These two teams' games have been determined by 10 points or less.
And taking a look at the tail of the tape here, Cal U averaging 35 points to Seton Hill's 16.8. Cal U only giving up about 10 points per game. Very good for that Vulcan defense. Seton Hill not far behind them, 15.5. Cal U averages about 400 yards compared to Seton Hill's 300, and you got to think that has to do with Cal U's very strong passing attack. Mitchell has been absolutely unstoppable, 189 for 272 completions to attempts, 17 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions on the season. Very good year for Noah Mitchell.
Yeah, it's been a wild year for Noah and company. As I saw a note, he's averaging about 320 yards per game. That's a lot of yards per game for him. So, definitely going to be one to watch out for him. Also, watch out for the transfer senior, or Kyle Brunson on the ground, as well as all the targets that Noah Mitchell has receiving, and with Jackson, Tarrant, Hill, and Lockhart.
And we are about set for kickoff. Seton Hill will receive to start this game. Beatco ready to kick off for the Vulcans. And here we go. Seton Hill, California, and this game is underway. To receive for Seton Hill, number 3, Michael Alardo. He takes it, runs right up the middle, and will be stopped there. He's still on his feet there. Looked like he made it to about the 20, maybe 7-yard line we'll give him. And Seton Hill will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, decent run there by the Griffins. As we now take a look at the starting lineup for the Cal U Vulcan, and starting up front, your big guy is Gerald Brown on Derek Clorboy, Stephon Brown, Marvin Maddox, as well as Noah Dillo, Gabe Miller, Simon Alleman Jr., Mormon, Nazir Taylor, and Gabe Miller.
Here we go. McCormick now in this pistol. He's going to get not that far. Cal U's going to be able to sniff that one out. Stop maybe at the line of scrimmage. No gains. 2nd and 10 now for the Griffins.
Yeah, trying to run it right up the middle. But those big boys up front with Brown and Clorboy just stopping all the gaps.
Seton Hill comes into this game with a 4-4 record overall, 2-3 in the conference. Cal U ranked number 4 in the coaches poll, 14th on Division2.com, 7-0, 4-0 in the conference. Let's see what they can do here. McCormick takes the snap. He's going to fire a quick one, and he's met right away there by looks to be Nazir Taylor. And with the reception there was Taro Gaither leading the Griffins and receiving on 30 receptions, 402 yards, averages about 13.4 yards. Take a look at this replay here. We see that McCormick was just able to find Gaither really quickly for the quick pass, and that's still a 3rd down for the Griffins.
Yeah, Cal U looking to stop the Griffins on their first drive like they did with IUP as well.
Let's see what the Griffins can cook up here, or can the Vulcans stand strong. McCormick in that pistol is sending a man in motion. He's taking the snap. Looking downfield, feels the pressure, and he is hit hard by the Vulcan defense. And coming up with that stop there was number 97, Stephon Brown. And that's a 4th down for the Griffins.
Take a look at the replay here. Good pressure by the up front on the Vulcan defense. And it's to force him out, McCormick up and out of the pocket. And then who else? Noah Dillo, Brown, Owen and company there to make the stop.
To kick for Seton Hill will be number 64, Hunter Miller. It's going to be about a 4th and about 4. That's what the Griffins are faced with. A low snap. The punt is away. It's a high and long one there. It's going to be a fair catch by Jamal Martin Jr., and the Vulcans will take over at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
I'll say this, Peyton, that one had some hang time there. I wasn't sure if what was going to happen, but let's take a look now at the starting lineup for the Vulcans. Who else was leading the charge? Noah Mitchell, Kyle Brunson, Jaquay Jackson, Cam Tarrant, Tyson Hill, who had a big game last week, Ian Edenfield, Noah Browse, Bradshaw, All Perkins, Jackson, and Hunda to round out the starting lineup for Cal U.
Cal U going to spread it out here on this first play. 2 receivers to either side. Brunson in the backfield with Mitchell. Mitchell taking the snap, dropping back, firing a deep one down the field to the far side, and that's Tyson Hill, but the ball just falls out of his hands. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think Tyson Hill had a hand on it, but just couldn't bring it all the way in. And that little bit of contact there at the end was just enough to knock it out.
He was trying to do what he did with IUP and catch it over the shoulder there with the basket catch. Couldn't hold on to it that time, but I'm sure he's going to try to look to redeem himself later on in the game.
Got to make sure you got the bread in the basket before you take off.
12:34 left to go in this first quarter. Same formation as last. 2 receivers on either side. Mitchell with the snap. Time in the pocket. Caught nicely there. I believe that's Derek Lockhart, and that's a 1st down, Cal U.
Yeah, good play there by Lockhart. Going up for that one, and looks like he's a little shaken up coming here to the sideline. But let's take a look at the replay. Hey, Mitchell just drops back. A little quick 2-step drop, scans the field, and just lets it fly here on the near side. Lockhart goes up for it, takes it a couple yards. Ooh, you see right there, it looks like he might have had a little pop on his ankle at the end there.
Here we go. Vulcans taking over on the Seton Hill 49. Little PA pass. Tried to get it very quickly to his receiver. In and out of his hands. And that's going to be an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now for Cal.
Yeah. Scott will look at it, and that one was what I like to call a Brett Favre bullet pass style from Noah Mitchell. Will just drop back and fired it right down across the seam. But a little too much for his receiver, or Mac there.
Here we go. 2nd and 10 from the Seton Hill 49-yard line. 2 receivers to the far, 1 to the near. Mitchell, snap, quick pass down the middle to Jackson. It's caught, and he'll be brought down at about the Seton Hill 35 for a Cal U 1st down.
It's going to be a little more than that one, Peyton, inside the 35. But let's look at the replay as Jackson. And what can we say about this guy? He does it all. Another quick drop and throw from Noah Mitchell. Finds Jackson on the slant route, takes it a few yards, fights off a couple defenders before getting taken down setting Cal U up deep inside Griffin territory.
Here we go. 11:30 left to play. He's going to hand it off to Brunson. Looks like he didn't get anything there on the play. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now for the Vulcans.
Yeah, might have got out about half a foot on that one. And you got some pretty big boys up there for Seton Hill.
We know the Seton Hill defense can be a problem. We've seen it throughout the season so far. They haven't let up a whole lot of points against them. All of their games have been quite close, or most of them at least. But here we go. 2nd and 10 now for the Vulcans. Brunson in the backfield with Mitchell. Mitchell taking the snap, dropping back quickly, firing to Hill, and it's just underthrown. Hill can't reach it, and it's 3rd down for the Vulcans.
Yeah, good route there by Tyson Hill. Just thrown behind him a little bit there by Noah Mitchell.
Cal U now taking over. 3rd down, deep in Seton Hill territory. The Griffin 34-yard line. 10:45-48 left to play here in this first quarter. No score so far. Mitchell sending a man in motion. taking the snap. Mitchell drops back, goes up in the pocket. He's going to take it himself, and he's got more than enough yardage and hitting a Griffin defender as he goes down, and that's enough for a Vulcan first down.
All right, take a look at this replay here. No, drops back, looks for an open man, can't find it, and he says, I'm going to take it myself. It goes across, gets the first down and then some, and just drops the shoulder on a couple Griffins. Noah's not a big guy, but he is not afraid to drop off the pads on there.
Vulcans marching downfield now within the red zone of Seton Hill at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 receivers on either side. Mitchell again in the pocket. He's going to fire it to Lockhart, who catches it, and he's still on his feet. He's at the 10, getting the first down a little bit more at the 5, and he's finally knocked out of bounds by the Griffins. 1st and goal for Cal U. They're on a roll here, Johnny.
Yeah, this is what we like seeing from the Cal U offense. And we saw it a few times in that comeback drive last week. Lockhart catches it, stiff arms the defender, tries to shake off another one, rides this one defender out of bounds, and it's going to be stopped at about off the 3, around the 5 maybe. Out of bounds at the 6 is where they're going to mark him.
And we know this red zone offense can capitalize. Can they do it here? Mitchell, the snap. Over to the far side to Tyson Hill. He looked like he caught it, but it was knocked out of his hands by the Seton Hill defender. Coming up with that block there was Cartier Gray. Nice defensive back for the Griffins. He's been on fire for them.
Yeah, we were talking earlier. We found out he's one of their big key players on that defense over there.
And it'll be 2nd and goal now for the Vulcans. Ball spotted at the 6-yard line of Seton Hill. 9:30 left to play here in this first quarter. No scores so far, but Cal U can change it, and they're looking to change it. Mitchell receives a snap, fires, high pass, and there's a flag thrown on the play.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Looked like Tyson Hill was going to be the target on that. It looked like almost he got shoved in the back, but we're going to look at an official call here just to make sure we got it right up here.
And Kelly's going to make a personnel change while we got a moment.
Officials talking it over. And here we go. And it's going to be a pass interference call going against Seton Hill. That means the ball will be placed at the Griffin 2-yard line. And if you're Seton Hill, you cannot be making those kind of mistakes, especially deep in your own zone.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised now. Oh, you got some big boys up the front. Give it to Brunson. Let him punch it in.
Mitchell, a man in motion, is under center. Mitchell, he's going to roll off, facing the pressure. And, oh, he almost had his Enfield. It's over his hands, and that's a 2nd down now, 2nd and goal for the Vulcans.
Yeah, just over the top off of Ian Edenfield's hands, but brings that down on about 2-3 inches, and we have 6 on the board.
I got to say, Johnny, Seton Hill was bringing the pressure there. It almost looked like Mitchell was going to get sacked on that play, but he was able to roll off to his right a little bit more, able to get the pass off, but unfortunately, no dice. Cal U is going to try this one again. 2nd and goal. Mitchell in the pistol. Takes the snap. Firing to Lockhart. Touchdown, Vulcans. It's Derek Lockhart on the reception. Give Cal U 6 on the board.
All right, let's take a look at the replay here. Here is this time the Vulcans will get the TD pass. Watch here. Mitchell drops back. Finds Lockhart just in the back of the corner. Up, down on for 6. And there's your first score of the game.
Cal U was trying to do that there with Tyson Hill a couple times, and it resulted in that pass interference call, which would eventually set up this touchdown throw from Mitchell to Lockhart. Bico now set for the point after. The snap, the kick is up, and it is good. Your score here at Adamson Stadium is 7-0 for the Vulcans. We'll be right back for CUTV Sports 1 and WCAL 91.9 FM. Don't go anywhere.
Election Day, November 2nd, 2021 is just around the corner. Check your status or find your polling place Visit calu.edu/vote to find links to all this information. Check out this non-partisan website, vote411.org, put together by the League of Women Voters to preview your ballot so you can know what's on it ahead of time. The last day to register to vote in the state of PA is October 18th, 2021, and the last day to request a mail-in or absentee ballot is October 26th, 2021.
And welcome back here to Adamson Stadium. The Vulcans just got up on the board with the first score of the game, now up 7-0 over the Griffins. And what a way to start the game for Cal U. Bico now set to kick it back off to Seton Hill, hopefully looking for a better result. They went 3 and out on their first drive. So let's see what they can do here. Bico, and the kick is away. Received nicely by Seton Hill now. Able to get... Oh, and it looks like there was a fumble there on the play.
Yeah, ball came out there.
Cal U's saying they have it. Waiting for an official signal. And Cal U's going to recover. And this is not what Seton Hill was expecting, as whenever they got the kick, they were able to fumble it. Johnny, let's look at this replay here.
Yeah, look here, Peyton, as they had the shoulders drop down, but here comes that kicking team at Cal U, just drops the boom. Right there at the end, you can see the ball all squirts out, but I can't make out if Cal U actually recovered it or if Seton Hill did. But either way, the Vulcans have the ball deep inside Griffin territory to start hurt here.
And this is Seton Hill's worst nightmare to start the game. Cal U now back within the red zone at the 19-yard line again. We've already seen them convert once. Can they take advantage of this opportunity? Cal U, 3 on the near, setting a man in motion. That's Lockhart. Pitching it to Lockhart. On the edge now, he's going to try to take the outside. He does. He gets the first down, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. Cal U already making Seton Hill pay.
Yeah, look at the replay here, Peyton. Just a simple jet sweep. He over to Lockhart. Has a blocker by number 2, Sykes. And just finds the sticks, gets some more, or inside the first and goal territory now. Oh, sets Cal U up nicely.
Trips to the near side, one on the far. Mitchell communicating some last-minute communications with the line and his receivers. Sykes in the backfield with Mitchell taking the snap. 2-step drop, quick pass to Jackson. And it's in there for the Vulcan touchdown, Jaquay Jackson.
Yeah, take a look at this replay here. Here, Peyton. So we look here, just a simple catch and throw from Noah Mitchell. Oh, finds Jackson on the 2-yard slant. Right there, fights his way into the end zone. 4-6. It's 13-0 Cal U.
On the coverage there for the Griffins was Sakio Noble Jr. He just couldn't contain Jackson, and the Vulcans are up. Bico now set up for the point after. The snap, the kick, and it is through the uprights. Cal U is now up on Seton Hill 14-0 with 8:26 remaining here in this first quarter for CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, 91.9 FM. We'll be right back after this message. Do not go anywhere.
Back by popular demand and better than ever is late night dining in the Natali Student Center. Join us starting Monday, October 18th at the hot spot for evening dining, Natali Evening Eats, located on the second floor of Natali next to Umami. Open Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. and on weekends, 7:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Natali Evening Eats is a one-stop shop for your favorite menu items. Orders can be placed through our mobile app or at the designated Evening Eats kiosk. We can't wait to see you there.
And welcome back to Adamson Stadium here in California, Pennsylvania. Cal U just now jumping up to a 14-0 lead over the Griffins. And we're going to take a look back at this replay.
Yeah, look here, Peyton. Here it starts with this fumble here. Well, as Cal U forces it out, ball pops out there at the end, and even with this view, I still can't see where Cal makes it up. But right here, or on the catch and throw to Jaquay Jackson, just simple pass from Noah Mitchell right across the middle, in for 6.
And just like that, the Vulcans jump up to a 2-score lead. Seton Hill now with the ball. Can they do anything with it? McCormick in the pistol trips to the far side. He's going to hand it off to his back, and he's able to pick up a few yards on the play. That's Logan Willand coming into this game. He's leading. He's actually one of the players to watch here. 174 attempts, 872 rushing yards for 8 touchdowns. Logan Willand is definitely a player to watch for Cal U. They definitely got to watch him if they're going to hope to contain the Seton Hill offense.
Yeah, but you also got to watch the other player to watch on Cal U side, a defensive back, Jamal Martin Jr. Here, 30 tackles, 7.5 for a loss, 3 sacks, and 2 interceptions on the season to start.
But he's 2nd and 7. Flag is thrown, and he's hit hard there on the play. Pass is incomplete. Jamal Martin Jr., just like you were talking, he was on the coverage there. Let's see what this flag was about. It was thrown there in the backfield. It's going to be an illegal shift going against the Griffins. Penalty was declined, and it's a 3rd down and 7 for Seton Hill. Deep in their own territory, ball placed at about the 25-yard line. 7:33 left to play here in this first quarter. Cal U up by 2, scores 14-0.
Gotta want us with Seton Hill coming in that spread formation.
McCormick, empty backfield. Taking the snap. Pressure, McCormick, intercepted by Jamal Martin Jr., and it's a pick 6 for the Vulcan defense. Jamal Martin Jr. coming in out of nowhere. And where did we see this before, Johnny?
We talked about him last week. Coming up with a big play. Let's look at the replay. Hey, here, McCormick trying to get the ball off quick. Martin just jumps the route, takes it to the house because no one's going to touch him. 4-6.
Jamal Martin Jr. proving why he was the PSAC West Defensive Athlete of the Week. And we saw last week he had the game-winning interception. And there was a flag here on the play. It was thrown in the end zone. Officials trying to make some type of sense of this. You know, like I was saying, Jamal Martin Jr. came away with that game-winning interception to secure that 12th Coal Bowl win for Cal U, the upset. Take a look.
Look, here's the other angle at pick 6. As you can see, Jamal Martin Jr. just jumps the route and takes it in 4-6. It's
waiting for an official call. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty going against Cal U after the touchdown. Looked maybe be an excessive celebration there.
Yeah, there was 3 guys they called on that one when I didn't catch all the numbers. Well, as you take a look at the bottom of your screen here, we have some of our regional whole games. As we see some of even some of the PSAC scores there are Slippery Rock leading over Gannett and Shepherd over Bloomsburg right now in a close one. Millersville at Kutztown.
And now after those penalties, Beatcoat is going to be set for the point after. The snap, the kick is up and good from Beatcoat as usual this season. Vulcans now up by 3 scores, 7:26 left to play here in this first quarter for CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Cal U Vulcans are back on the gridiron this fall, and CUTV and WCAL give you the best seats in the house. September 2nd at Fairmont State. September 11th versus Lock Haven. September 18th versus Millersville. September 25th at Edinburgh. Homecoming October 2nd versus Mercyhurst. October 9th at Gannon. October 16th versus Clarion. The Coal Bowl October 23rd at IUP. October 30th versus Seton Hill. November 6th at Slippery Rock. November 13th at Bloomsburg or the PSAC title game. All games are live on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and 91.9 FM, WCAL.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our PSAC West matchup between the Seton Hill Griffins and the Cal U Vulcans. Vulcans are up 21-0 as they kick the ball back over to Seton Hill. Griffins hoping for a different result. They fumbled the ball last time. That gave Cal U the lead, and will actually hang on to the ball this time. Seton Hill looks to take over around the 35, but there is a flag here on the play. We're going to see what the official signal is.
Look at the replay here real quick on that at pick 6 touchdown by Jamal Martin Jr. They're jumping the route, taking it to the house, putting the Vulcans up 21-0 now.
You see, I was going to say Blaze was hammering down there, but that doesn't look like Blaze down there.
No, it
maybe
looks
one
like
of the seniors.
Yeah, it looks like one of the seniors is hammering away 21 times on the girder.
It's going to be a block in the back penalty going against the Griffins. It's going to set them back even further. And, I'm sure Coach Day is not happy with this team right now. They keep just shooting themselves here in the foot. Cal U took that unsportsmanlike penalty. They would have started at their 35. Now they're going to start at their own 25. And we've already seen that Seton Hill really hasn't gotten past midfield so far.
Yeah. Griffins have struggled to get it up and over the 30-yard line before or something happening.
And the Griffins hoping for a different result here as they're going to set for another drive. McCormick. He's going to hand it off to his back. He's going to go up the middle. He's met immediately by the Cal U line. Maybe a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 now for Seton Hill.
Yeah, good stop there by Matt Toby. He on the play there, stuffing in the running back at the line of scrimmage, only letting up 1 yard.
Seton Hill now at their own 26-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. McCormick with a back to his left. The snap. It's a bad snap. They're going to play a fumbled snap. They're looking for the ball. Cal U saying they have it, waiting for an official signal. And wouldn't this be something here?
We got
and it is a Cal U ball as Seton Hill fumbles it. And they fumble it again. Let's look at this replay.
Just a bad handoff there. I know the field's a little wet after the rain we had last night. The ball all just went right out behind of McCormick's hands. And all you see is a herd of Vulcans jump on that one.
And let's take a look at the AFCA poll from Week 9. Cal U up on top 7. The Super Region teams, Super Region 1 teams in the national poll. Cal U ranked number 1, 7-0. Notre Dame College in Ohio ranked 7-1. Bentley 7-0 at 3rd. Shepherd from the PSAC East 7-1. Slippery Rock, who Cal U will play next week, also on there. Kutztown, another PSAC East team, and Collins Frostburg State is down there as well, 7-1. This has been a very impressive season for the Vulcans so far.
Now, one thing, Peyton, I'd like to mention with that Frostburg team is they're ineligible this year from postseason play due to that moving up from Division III. This is the last year that they're ineligible for that. So, it's going to be interesting to see here as we take a look at Coach Dunt and here. Look at this replay here. Some of the scores we got so far are the first touchdown of the game aimed to Derek Lockhart right there in the back corner of the end zone. Then shortly after, here comes the fumble on that kick return following the Lockhart touchdown. on as it pops out right there at the end. And the Vulcans jump on it as the lights are coming on here at Adamson Stadium. And that following that fumble, here's the touchdown on to who else but Jaquay Jackson, and right there across on the slant route, and to get us to 21-0, and Jamal Martin Jr. With the pick six to the house, untouched, and nobody I think was going to catch him on that one. And then here's the fumble on that last play, a bad handoff there from McCormick, and the Vulcans make them pay. And it'll be 1st and 10, and from the 36 of Seton Hill.
We did have a little bit of a stoppage there in the play. There was an injured Griffin there on the play, number 77, Zachary Kidnter. So hopefully he comes back in this game. He was down there for a while, but let's hope he gets attended to on the sideline. Meanwhile, Vulcans will take over at the Seton Hill 25-yard line. Mitchell with the snap. He's going to roll off to his right, looking, firing to Lockhart. He catches it, and he's brought down.
Yeah, good catch and run there by Lockhart. It's a decent chunky yardage. Looks like they're going to say he got about 5 or 6 on that play. So it's going to be 2nd down and manageable here for Cal U.
Cal U set up trips here on the near side. Tyson Hill on the far. McCann, the third, back with Mitchell. Mitchell going to be set up in that pistol formation that he just loves. We've seen it a lot this season. Mitchell now with the snap. He's going to fire downfield. Lockhart was the target, and it's in and out of his hands. 3rd and 5 now for Cal U.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times today, Peyton, and Noah just overthrowing in his targets, but he pulls that down a little bit. It's me 1st and 10 for Cal U inside the 20.
5:53 remaining here in this first quarter of action. Cal U up 21-0 over the Seton Hill Griffins. Ball placed at just outside the red zone marker at the 21-yard line. 2 and 2 on each side for Cal U. McCann back with Mitchell. Mitchell with the snap, firing to Hill, and it looks like he's going to catch it. The officials are going to waive this as a Vulcan 1st down. Tyson Hill on the reception, and the Vulcans continue their drive.
Yeah, nice catch and run in for the Vulcans. And it's just a quick little go route out there on the edge of the field. Pulls it in for the 7 yards. So that gives the Vulcans the 1st down and then some.
Cal U now set up 2 and 2 on either side. McCann again back with Mitchell. Mitchell with the snap, firing down the middle of the field. It's caught by Lockhart, and that's a Vulcan touchdown. Derek Lockhart again gets to the back of the end zone, and Cal U's up now by 4 scores now.
Take a look at the replay here. Here, Peyton. Watch here. Noah Mitchell just looks so comfortable in the pocket here as he just drops back 2 steps, throws it right across the middle on a slant route onto Lockhart for his 2nd score of the day.
Mitchell's been very composed in the pocket, not letting anything phase him. We saw he was facing a little bit of pressure there. It didn't phase him whatsoever. Biko is now set up for that extra point attempt. The snap, the kick, and it is good. As usual, Cal U jumps to a 28-0 lead here in the first quarter. We'll be right back for CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and 91.9 FM. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Cal U Cupboard connects students to information, services, and resources both on and off campus while providing free items such as food, school supplies, personal hygiene items, and more to our students. Visit our 2 locations at the Vulcan Village Clubhouse and Natali Student Center, or for a contactless option, visit bit.ly.com/Cal U Cupboard to request food or give donations. For important Cal U information, community resources, and our how-to series, follow at Cal U Cupboard on Instagram and the campus-wide announcements.
Welcome back here to Adamson Stadium here in California, Pennsylvania, where the Vulcans are up 28-0 over the Griffins. Seton Hill not doing themselves any favors this so far. Let's take a look at these replays here, Johnny.
Yeah, let's look back here, the previous drive for Seton Hill where they fumbled it on the handoff and CalU recovered. And then a few plays later, they would make them pay for it once again. And as Noah Mitchell drops back, finds his man, and Derek Lockhart right across the middle on an easy slant route and in for 6.
This has been an absolutely perfect game for CalU so far. The defense able to stop the Griffins at every turn, and then the offense able to capitalize on Seton Hill's mistakes and making them pay. Can Seton Hill put a stop? McCormick now is going to hand it off to his back, and he's met there. Nice little pickup there, and Seton Hill will get a first down out of it as Willen was the ball carrier. It'll move the chains there for the Griffins.
Yeah, CalU getting there, giving up their first down of the game as we look here and the Griffins fighting their way forward on that one, but the defense stopping them with authority there at the end of the run.
Seton Hill now sets up at their own 20-yard line. They have 3 receivers here to the near side of your screen. McCormick sends a man in motion, taking the snap. He's going to roll off to his left. He finds a lane there. He's just going to run out of bounds and pick up the safe Griffin first down. And that was a very nice play there by Jake McCormick.
Yeah, take a look here. Everyone flowing onto the near side here of the screen. And McCormick just had a wide open lane to run, but he realizes he's got pressure coming in from Gabe Miller and company. You see Miller and Dillo coming into the screen at the end.
Those are 2 players you do not want to be on the receiving end of a hit of. Here we go. Seton Hill handing it off to the back. That's Willand. Willand able to pick up a nice gain of about 5 or 6 there on the play. He's brought down by the CalU line. Now it's going to be second and about 5 there on the play for the Griffins. Seton Hill slowly starting to get their way up the field here.
Yeah, this is the farthest that the Griffins has gotten so far, or this game. And we're getting stopped usually inside the 35-yard line in the last couple of drives.
McCormick not liking what he sees here. Gonna do some last-minute communication with the coach. Better hurry. Play clock at 10 seconds now. McCormick. 5 seconds on the play clock. You got to get the play off here. McCormick taking the snap. Little shuttle pass to his back, and that's Willand. Willand able to pick up a few yards there in the play, and that is going to be enough for another Griffin first down. And they're marching up the field here, Johnny.
Yeah, the Griffins starting to march now. Well, after getting stopped the last couple of times. I don't know what the coach said over there, but Coach Day has now got his offense rallying here.
Let's see if Seton Hill can continue. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 here on the near, 1 on the strong side. McCormick with Willen to his left. Last communication here with the coach and the backup quarterback. Looks to be an audible looking at the wrist. It will be Seton Hill's players. McCormick with the snap. Quick little pass. And it's caught there nicely by Seton Hill, and he's still going, and he's brought down right before the first down marker, and there is going to be a flag here on the play.
Yeah, brought down Noah Dillo at the end there. They're a good way to make the stop up, but I'm curious to see what this penalty is going to be. Might be coming back, or it could be on CalU.
Going to wait for an official signal here. Nothing yet. Here we go. It's going to be a face mask call going against the Vulcans, and that's going to be an automatic first down for Seton Hill as they now officially enter CalU territory. Yeah,
take a look here. Here's McCormick on a quick stop-and-go route. Oh, Jamal Martin Jr. trying to make the tackle, but you see right here at the end, and right there is Noah Dillo and Solomon Jr. get in there on the play.
Kurt Atkins credited with the catch there for the Griffins. Now Seton Hill making a little bit of a push here just outside the 30-yard line, the CalU 32-yard line, 1st and 10. McCormick airing it out downfield, and what a catch there by Seton Hill. as the officials are going to wave it incomplete. They say he didn't get his feet in bounds, and that was Gaither. That was the intended target, and that's got to hurt if you're a Griffins fan.
Well, it came in here at the end, and they said he jumbled it as he hit the ground, and the ball popped out. Oh, so he was saying he did not have full possession, and he had it in bounce, but just didn't survive the ground.
And that's got to hurt for Gaither and the Seton Hill faithful. 1:53 left to go here in this first quarter. The Griffins are marching. McCormick giving it off to his back. That's Willen. He's met immediately by the Cal U line. And, Johnny, I believe that's Noah Dillo, and another flag is thrown on the play.
Yeah, that was Noah Dillo and number 99, Gage Hiltz, getting in on the play.
It's going to be 3rd and 11. That's where the ball is marked at, but we're trying to see what this flag is about here. Officials throw it late. 1:44 left to play. This is sideline warning going against Seton Hill, and you can't take those kind of mental mistakes.
Yeah, look here at the replay. Hey, Peyton, and as you see, the man goes in motion. McCormick hands it all off, but the Cal U defense read that one like a book. As you see, Dilla, Hill and company all in there at the end of the play.
Here we go. Seton Hill, 3 to the far, 1 to the far, 3 to the near. And McCormick was hit hard on the play.
That was Kevon Mormon, and coming in at the end of the play, knocking McCormick's head off. Look at the replay here, Peyton. And on your far side of your screen, you're going to see him. He's creeping up. There's the snap. Comes around like a bull in a china shop up, and boom.
Absolutely untouched by Seton Hill. I don't know if they just didn't see him or no one had his number. But Seton Hill's going to keep the offense out here. 4th and 11 now at the Cal U 33-yard line. Same formation, 3 to the near, 1 to the far, back with the back. McCormick airing it out. And it is going to be ruled incomplete. The ball touches the ground. Turnover on downs. Cal U will take over at just before the 30-yard line. Pass was intended for John McKell IV.
Yeah, take a look here at the Super Regional 1 rankings now as Bentley number 1 and Kutztown on number 2, Shepherd number 3, and Cal U 4, Notre Dame 5, New Haven 6, IUP 7, Slippery Rock 8, Stonehill, 9th, and Charleston University 10th.
Very good place for Cal U among the elite. Mitchell gonna PA pass, roll to his left, has nothing but time. Airing it out to Jaquay Jackson. Did he get it in? The officials are going to say that is a completed pass, and what an effort by Jaquay Jackson to keep his feet in bounds.
Yeah, take a look at this replay here, in 1 second, and then where we go. Look at it as Mitchell on the run and throws across his body, and Jackson dragging his feet like Centennial Holmes to bring in the ball and gives the Vulcans a first down, and they're up and over the 50 now inside Seton Hill territory with less than a minute to go.
Griffin's territory taking over at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Officials blow the whistle here. It's going to be a timeout called by Cal U. Like you said, 48 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Cal U up 28-0.
Yeah, we were talking about those regional rankings, Peyton, and the PSAC definitely being represented well in those rankings right now. So we take a look now here at the PSAC West standings. Cal U at the top at 4-0 in the conference. Right behind them, Seton Hill, followed by IUP, Gannon, Seton Hill, Mercyhurst, Edinboro, and Clarion to wrap up the standings there.
And Cal U being the only undefeated team in the PSAC West has to be a very great accomplishment. I bet they're feeling amazing down there, riding very high into this game. Well, Seton Hill only 2-3 in the conference, still there at the bottom.
And here's something else, Peyton. I was looking up an article from NCAA.com. Cal U is one of 4 teams in the entire country for Division II that is still undefeated yet.
I did see that as well, and that's very nice rankings right there. It's going to be a nice little run there for Cal U. Coming up on the run there, number 26 for Cal U. That's going to be Isaiah Cameron. We saw him get a little bit of work against IUP last week. coaches must have liked what they saw, and they're going to give him another chance here.
Yeah, Cameron had a good game last week, but we amongst this carousel of running backs that we have. But it looks like Coach is going to let the clock run out and head straight to the second quarter here.
And that appears to be what's going to happen here. The clock is going to run from 10 down to 0 to end the first quarter. Cal U up big time on Seton Hill, 28-0 to end the first quarter. Don't go anywhere. For CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM, we will be right back.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
And welcome back to Adamson Stadium here in California, Pennsylvania for our PSAC West matchup between the Cal U Vulcans and the Seton Hill Griffins. Vulcans up 28-0 as we start the second quarter of action. They take over in Seton Hill territory, 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line in Griffin territory. Mitchell with the snap. Facing some pressure, and he is brought down, sacked on the play. And what pressure by that Seton Hill defense.
Yeah. Nasuva was the name that I heard called on that one. And I don't have a number for him here at the moment.
It's going to be a big loss for Cal U. They're back to their own, midfield, nobody's 50-yard line. And that's a big stop there for the Griffins to start off this second quarter of action. Two receivers to either side. Mitchell taking the snap, facing pressure, stepping up in the pocket, and he had an open target, and he was hit hard there on the play. Seton Hill starting to bring that pressure now, and it's 4th down for Cal U.
Yeah, this will be the first time we've seen Cal U getting stopped on the 3rd down.
And that's the kind of start you need if you're Seton Hill. Not the greatest first quarter there, so try to start somewhere here. Still have time to come back here. Only 28-0, but it's going to be a big hill to climb if you're Seton Hill. And we will see the Cal U special teams here for the first time here today. Beatco back to kick for the Vulcans. Nice snap, nice punt, and it's a long one. It's received there by Seton Hill. No fair catch indicated. He's knocking off a few defenders, and he is brought down a little after the 20-yard line. Nice little carry there by the Griffins, and that's where Seton Hill will take over.
Yeah, a good stop there. As we take a look here at the PSAC schedule, as we have your game right now, Cal U hosting Seton Hill. Slippery Rock travels to Gannon. Edinburgh goes over to IUP. Mercyhurst at Clarion. Millersville at Kutztown. Westchester at Lock Haven. Shepherd at Bloomsburg, and Shippensburg at East Stroudsburg.
Some good matchups there in the PSAC West today. See how those will play out. We'll try to give you some updates a little later on in the game. 14:06 left to play here in this first half. 28-0 is your score. 2-2 for either side. Seton Hill. We go. McCormick taking the snap, firing. Is caught there, met by Noah Dillo and company. And a nice catch there. Nice simple catch for the Griffins. It's going to be Kurt Atkins yet again coming down with another one. Going to be a gain of 6 there. 2nd and 4 for the Griffins.
Yeah, Atkins, and seems to be the target of choice right now for McCormick.
McCormick now waiting for the snap. Doesn't like what he sees. Two receivers on this near side, one to the far.
Cal U setting up in that 4-3 defense.
McCormick trying to draw Cal U offside, doesn't do it. Just a little shuttle pass to his back. He's going to find a little bit of hole, and he's going to take advantage of it. And he's brought all the way to the 40-yard line for our Seton Hill first down. That's Logan Willand, the redshirt senior. And take a look at this replay here. A little shuttle pass from McCormick to Willand. He's able to find a hole that his line made, making people miss. Stiff arms there. And he's finally brought down nicely by Cal U. Credited with the tackle, Dominic Solomon Jr. He had a big game last week. Here we go. Now Seton Hill coming back up 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line.
Yeah, we've seen this before, or with the last second check exit from last week with IUP.
12:35 left to play here in the first half. Referee blows his whistle. Delay of game's going to go against Seton Hill, and yet another mental mistake there by the Griffins.
See, this is something that gets me all the time. Is as a quarterback, you can see the play clock off to your side there, but Seton Hill's going to call a timeout and talk things over for a minute.
12:33 left to play here in this second quarter of action. Johnny, let's take a look at these PSAC East standings.
So top of the conference over there is Kutztown, followed by Shepherd, Shippensburg, East Stroudsburg, Westchester, Bloomsburg, Millersville, and Lock Haven. And to round out the standings, right now it looks like Kutztown's going to run away with the PSAC East and lock their spot in for the PSAC title game. Now all it just remains, will Cal U face them or will it be Slippery Rock? But we'll find that will be determined next week.
And little first quarter stats. McCormick for 7 attempts only completed 2 of them with an interception for 15 yards. Noah Mitchell completing 10 of his 16 attempts for 121 yards, 3 touchdowns. And we clearly see that Mitchell's definitely been winning that QB battle here today. Let's see if it continues. McCormick now under center. Gonna fake the handoff. McCormick trying to air it out downfield, way over the target, and there is a flag here on the play.
Yeah, that one in the back in the secondary. Or excuse me, thrown in the backfield. So this one might be moving them back further.
It's going to be an illegal shift again going against Seton Hill. We saw this same penalty a little earlier. And even though you're down by 4 scores, Seton Hill trying to come back in this game. They have the ability to do it, but they're not going to be able to do it if they keep taking those types of mental mistakes.
Yeah, and that's what's going to kill this team today is just these mental mistakes. You got to play fundamental football here.
Now, Seton Hill is going to be spotting the ball at their own 36-yard line. Looks to be 1st and 15 for the Griffins. 2 receivers on either side. McCormick with a back to his right in the shotgun. McCormick handing it off to his back. That's Willand. Willand shedding a few defenders there. Looks to be a pickup of about 5 or 6 there on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, looks like he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage and then some. Just a simple run up the middle. Little halfback dive play.
And now Griffin 2nd and 9. Just about where they started. At their own 42-yard line. McCormick dropping back, firing, and it almost was picked off there, but it falls incomplete, targeting Gaither again. That's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Griffins.
Yeah, Cal U bringing the pressure. McCormick might have heard the footsteps as Gabe Miller was coming out on the outside rush again. And almost picked off by number 5, Mormon.
Seton Hill setting up their offense, 2 and 2 on either side. McCormick with a backed off to his right. McCormick with the snap. Stepping up, firing, and it was almost picked off again by Jamal Martin Jr. Had the tip on it, and in the coverage was Micah Tillman there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down for Seton Hill, and looks like they're going to bring out the punting unit.
Yeah, look at as we get ready to see the punting unit for the first time today, or the second time today, excuse me. You got to worry about Jamal Martin Jr. back there along with Jaquay Jackson, and they can take it to the house.
Hunter Miller, nice punt for the Griffins, fair catch. And Cal U looks to take over just a little before the 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
Yeah, take a look now here at the Cal U schedule as we're getting towards the end of the season now. As we are here with Seton Hill, next week Cal U travels to Slippery Rock, which will determine who goes to the PSAC title game, and then followed by Bloomsburg, or it could be the PSAC title game for Cal U, but we'll see. As it stands right now, it'll be Slippery Rock and Bloomsburg.
Cal U going to take over deep in their own territory, specifically at their own 27-yard line, 1st and 10. Mitchell with the snap, quick pass, caught by Tyson Hill, still trying to fight there, and he was brought down nicely by Seton Hill's number 33, and that's Cartier Gray again with a stop.
Yeah.
2nd and 4 now for the Vulcans.
Yeah, good catch. It's there by Tyson Hill. And turns upfield. Them big, powerful legs he's got at the move with a couple defenders towards the sticks, and is 2nd and manageable now for Cal.
2 on the far, 1 on the near. Mitchell with the snap. He's going to pull it away from Brunson. He's going to take it himself, lowering the shoulder, and that's going to be enough for a Cal U 1st down.
And once again, and Noah Mitchell on the quarterback zone read, as we look at the replay here, was going to hand it off, but his last second pulls it back, takes it himself up the middle for the 1st down, and then some. Drops his shoulder before getting stopped right around on the 40-yard line.
And that was a nice read there by Mitchell. If he would have gave it to Brunson, would have been a big loss for Cal U. Makes the right decision to move the chains for Cal. Similar formation. Mitchell with the snap. Firing downfield, intended target was Lockhart, goes behind him, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just over Lockhart or his head a little bit, and just a hair behind him, and brings it up 2nd down. Oh, we're lucky that didn't end up being picked off.
2nd and 10 now for Cal U. Look to take over at their own 40-yard line. 10-19 left to play here in the half. 28-0 is your score in favor of the Vulcans. Cal U showing the strong side on the near side. Mitchell with the snap. Looking to Lockhart, and he caught it, but it went out of his hands. Nice coverage there by Seton Hill. On the coverage there, Cartier Gray, we've called his name a few times, proving why he's one of the cornerstone pieces of this Griffin defense. 3rd and 10 now for the Vulcans. Going to take over again at their own 40-yard line, looking to continue this drive. Last second adjusting here for Cal. 2 and 2 on either side. Brunson to the right of Mitchell. Mitchell taking the snap. Stepping up in the pocket. It looks like, and the ball was knocked out. Play is blown dead. The ball had forward progress. This will not be ruled a fumble, but it will be ruled an incomplete pass. 4th down for Cal U.
Yeah, Cal U got lucky on this one. On here, as we look at the replay, see here, Noah was dropping back, looking and ready to throw. Oh, as you see, he brings his arm forward as the ball gets punched out there at the end. So it's going to be ruled incomplete. This will be the 2nd time we've seen the punting unit for Cal U.
Coming up on that big stop for Seton Hill to force the ball out was Jalen McDuffie, leading his team in tackles. 34 solo tackles, 42 assisted. And he is a very dangerous player for Seton Hill on that line. Oh, and a very high snap for Cal. Bico trying to recover it, and he's going to cover it at the Vulcan 1 yard line. And if you're Seton Hill, you are salivating at this opportunity right now.
Yeah, look here at the replay. The ball just goes over his head. And Bico running down the field able to make sure that the Griffins don't recover it, but it looks like he picked it up at the 2 and slid. So they're going to mark him down at the 2.5 yard line.
Now, Johnny, we've seen this Vulcan defense come up clutch here in the red zone. Can they do it again? As you said, they're pinned in within their own 5 yard line. Seton Hill trying to get up on this scoreboard to make it a bit more respectable. 10:04 left to play here in this half. 28-0 is your score. Seton Hill now knocking at the door of the Vulcans. Power I formation. Going to give it off to his back and waiting for an official signal here.
They're going to say he's short of the goal line. Looks like about
The officials I believe they're going to say he's short, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. What a stop there by the Vulcans. Logan Willen was the ball carrier. It's never easy to stop him, and now they're going to be marked at the half-yard line here, Johnny.
Yeah, Calu's making some last-second adjustments.
Flag here on the play. Officials going to talk this one over. Second and goal for the Griffins. 9:31 left to play here in this first half. Official going over to head coach Daniel Day to try to make sense of this. No one knows what's really going on here. We're going to find out hopefully shortly.
And Calu's going to make some more defensive adjustments here.
Important to mention, this was Cal U's senior day, so I'm sure all the seniors are very happy to be leading on the Griffins by this much. A little bit of rain here, and now it looks like we have a call here. And it's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty going against Seton Hill, and that's going to mark them back a lot.
Did they just say it was on the athletic trainer being in the box?
I think they might have. And that is quite an odd call there, Johnny, but the officials made the call, and we just are along for the ride here. Seton Hill's now backed up to the Cal U 15-yard line, a little bit more manageable for Cal.
Yeah, that was
McCormick dropping back, firing for the end zone, and it's caught easily for the Seton Hill touchdown. The reception made by Todd Phillips, and Seton Hill's now up on the board.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay here. Just a simple drop back and catch. Here's McCormick. It lets it fly, finds his man in the back of the corner of the end zone for 6.
And what a catch there by Phillips. Miller now set for the extra point. Excuse me, that's Luke Hager. My apologies. Hager, the snap. And it is blocked on the play. There's a flag thrown. And there could be an offsides by the Vulcans, but let's see what this is about. We see the Vulcans are pretty good at blocking things. You know, they blocked that punt against IUP that's basically set them up to win the game. And it will be an offsides call going against the Vulcans. Penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
No, it looks like they're going to accept it on on the try. They're going to try it again here, Peyton. So you're going to have to watch because Cal U's been good at making a few blocks. So we look at that touchdown catch again.
Luke Hager going to try to get this one again. Waiting for the snap. The snap. Hager, the kick is up, and it is through the uprights. So now Seton Hill is up on the board. Cal U still leads 28-7 We'll be right back after this commercial break for CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and 91.9 FM. We'll be right back.
Vulcan Volleyball is back, and you can catch all the action with CUTV and the PSAC network. After a year away from the court, the Vulcans are set to try and get back to the top of the PSAC. A full slate of action versus such PSAC opponents Gannon, Mercyhurst, Edinburgh, Clarion, Seton Hill, Slippery Rock, IUP, and Pitt Johnstown. Every home game will be live on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC network.
And welcome back here to our broadcast on CUTV Sports 1. We just saw Seton Hill get their first points of the game, and Vulcans are still up 28-7. Seton Hill's still got a mountain to climb to get back in this one.
Yeah, this is only the third time, Peyton, the entire season that we've seen Cal U give up any points in the first half.
Seton Hill ready to kick off, the first time we've seen them today. Receiving the kick will be Kyle Brunson. Brunson finding a hole up the middle, trying to leap over a defender. He does, but he will be brought down because of it.
Take a look here at the punt fumble on the last series for Cal U as you see the ball go flying over Urbiko's head. He goes back, recovers it himself, dives on it, and so Seton Hill doesn't score. But a couple plays later, McCormick drops back, throws it into the back corner of the end zone as he's got pressure coming. Makes the catch. 4-6, 28-7 is your score now.
Mitchell now in the pocket. He's going to fire down the field, and it's going to be – the ball's going to hit the ground. It looked like it was intercepted by Seton Hill. Officials are going to wave it as it hit the ground. It was DeMonte Pratt on the coverage.
Yeah.
Mitchell dropping back in the pocket. He thought he had Tyson Hill, but Pratt just caught the ball a little too late as the ball will hit the ground. Cal U remains in possession, 2nd and 10. They got really lucky on that one.
Yeah, they did, but that could have also been a pass interference call, Peyton, as he pushed off there at the end on Tyson Hill.
Mitchell firing to Lockhart. He's going to catch it. He's got a little bit of room now, trying to get around some defenders. He's just going to take it out of bounds, and that's going to be a Vulcan first down as they're in Seton Hill territory.
Yeah, they're up over the 50 and into Griffin territory as he gets knocked out at the 40. Look at the replay here. Here, Lockhart with the catch, spins around the defender, and turns on the Afterburners as he makes one miss, jukes another one, and stiff arm here, takes the second and stiff arm on another defender here before he's knocked out of bounds.
8:40 left to play and counting left to play in this first half. 28-7. Mitchell takes the snap, firing down to Jackson, and he catches it, holds on for the Vulcan first down, and they're in the Seton Hill red zone again.
Yeah, that was a good catch. That's here. Look at the replay. Mitchell takes the snap, drops back, little two-step drop, fires it into coverage as Jackson makes the catch and gets knocked down by Evanson and Gaines. He's the defender for Seton Hill. With a heavy hit, but Jackson survives it and survives the ground. It's first down, Cal U.
Cal U marching now. Tyson Hill with the pick, and it was fumbled in the backfield. Seton Hill trying to recover it. And the Griffins, what a turn of events here. It was a miscommunication there from Mitchell to Hill, and the Griffins pick up the loose ball and return it to their own 45-yard line turnover.
Look at the replay here. Is going for that little handoff, but the contact there at the end, and Hill could not get the ball secured. And Seton Hill was picking it up, going to take it themselves, but tackle made by Tyson Hill. And look at the hit from Noah Mitchell on that one to make the stop. While we got a moment, Peyton, take a look here at the Seton Hill schedule. Right now with our game here, next week they host IUP, and they will wrap up their season against Lock Haven at the end of the year.
Important to note there, causing the fumble was number 95, Nelson Gadon, the defensive lineman. on the original contact of Hill. Hill just could not hold on to the ball. And it will be officially ruled a fumble for Seton Hill. The Griffins now taking over at their own 46-yard line. And we thought Cal U had a little bit of momentum there, and just like that, it was taken away by the Griffins. Can they capitalize on this? McCormick dropping back, firing down the field, and it is incomplete on the coverage for Cal U, number 47 there. That's Matt Toby, and that's 2nd and 10 now for the Griffins.
Yeah, Cal U brought the pressure there as McCormick. It got hit as he threw the ball down the field, but that's a big stop there for Cal U.
Seton Hill trying not to stall out here. Again, still on their 46-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2 and 2 on either side. McCormick. PA pass and another miscommunication, a fumble on the play. Another fumble, back-to-back fumbles here. Let's see who comes up with it.
Looks like Cal might have brought it back, but they're going to say, hey, that Seton Hill dove on it beforehand. Look at the replay here, Peyton. And McCormick takes a snap. It was it was like that one earlier, just a bad handoff. As you see, everyone that was back there diving for the football.
And it would have been something if Cal U was able to recover that. The officials will say Seton Hill jumped on top of it. It's going to be a loss of 3 there on the play, 3rd and 13. McCormick back in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Stepping up, firing downfield, and flag is thrown on the play. Incomplete pass. Taylor on the coverage. He's not happy about this call. Intended target there for the Griffins was Gaither. It's going to be officially a pass interference call going against Cal U. And that's going to give the Griffins an automatic first down, and that's a bad mistake there for the Vulcans.
Yeah, they're going to call it Taylor on the call with that one. And he's trying to plead his case, and he had that both of them were fighting downfield, but it looks like somebody might have had had a handful of Taylor's jersey, but you got to turn for the football on that one.
7 minutes and 11 seconds left to play here in this first half of action. Vulcans still up 28-7. Griffins now, after that pass interference call, advance themselves to the Cal U 42-yard line, 1st and 10. McCormick is going to give it off to his back. That's Willand. Willand trying to fight for a few yards, and that's about what he'll get as he's brought down nicely by Cal U's number 47, and that's Matt Toby again coming up with a tackle.
Yeah, Seton Hill running that simple old sweep play to the far side. But the Vulcans stepping up big on that run defense.
McCormick coming back again, 2nd and 8 officially. Ball spotted at the Vulcan 40-yard line. Seton Hill. Now McCormick trying to draw the defense offside, drops back, fires in the middle of the field. He holds onto it, he bobbled it a little bit, cut, and he's going to finally be pushed out of bounds by the Vulcans. Coming up with that would be Taro Gaither to redeem himself, and that's a Griffin first down. Looking at this replay here, nice throw by McCormick, and Gaither had to bobble that to hold on to it, and it pays off as he gets his team another first down to continue this great drive they've had. 6 minutes left to play here in this first half of action. McCormick in this offense have been rolling so far. Can the Vulcans stop him? He's going to hand it off to Willand. Willand able to pick up a few yards there on the play. And that's probably about all he'll get.
Looks about 3 or 4 on that one there, Peyton.
Let's see where they mark the ball at. Looks like they're going to mark the ball at the Cal U 29-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8. We were both wrong on that one, Johnny. But nonetheless, 5:15 left to play. 2 receivers on the far, on the near, 1 on the far. McCormick shuttle pass to Willen. He takes it. Tries to take the outside. Flag is thrown, and he's knocked out of bounds by Mormon. Let's take a look at what this flag is about here.
I think this one might be coming back here, Peyton.
Quite possibly. Still looking for an official signal. Ref's trying to talk it over. And it looks like this is going to come back here. And we might have some breaking news here, but we're going to try to confirm it. And one of our PSAC scores might have had a little bit of an upset, Johnny, but we are going to confirm it before we announce it out on the air. Back here in the game, Seton Hill backed up now. It's going to be a big loss there on the play at the Cal U 38-yard line. McCormick drops back. Stepping up in the pocket, and he is met by the Vulcan defense. Sack on the play, and that's credited to Dylan Boitos.
The big senior. Take a look at the replay here as Cal U brings the pressure from the outside. Boitos just breaks free, wraps up McCormick, and brings him to the ground on for the sack. And it's going to be 3rd and a mile now. Oh, it looks like about 3rd and 22 now. Well, to be exact.
Seton Hill's going to spread it out now. Empty backfield. McCormick with the snap. Firing in the middle of the field. It's caught. Vulcan's trying to stop him, and they do. They'll stop him at the 30-yard line. Coming up with the catch there was number 28, and that's Kurt Atkins yet again. We see it again. McCormick just firing in the middle of the field. He knows he's back deep. It's nice, quick pass there to Atkins. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 9 now for the Griffins.
Yeah, just a simple catch across the middle. Oh, but you're going to see if the Seton Hill offense has something in it to convert on this 4th down.
And the officials are blowing the whistle here. It's going to be a timeout called by Seton Hill at 3:31 left to play in the half. 28-7. For Cal U in the lead.
Yeah, definitely it's been wild as we look at some replays here. Here first, the opening touchdown of the game to Lockhart. And then right off that following kickoff here, as you see the fumble on the kick return by a Seton Hill recovered by Cal would set them up for this play here, or 4 plays later, as Noah Mitchell drops back, finds one of his favorite targets in Jaquay Jackson, and on the slant route for 4-6. And then this one here, the pick 6 by Jamal Martin Jr., who takes it to the house.
And now Seton Hill is going to be faced with a 4th and 9 in Cal U territory, taking over at the 31-yard line. And let's see if Seton Hill can convert. Big 4th down for them. McCormick taking the snap, firing downfield, and it is deflected away nicely by the Vulcans. Coming up with a stop was Toby, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Looked like there was a late flag thrown on the play. Seton Hill not happy about that call. They were looking for a pass interference. Official is going to try to talk this one over. It was a very nice bat there by Toby to just bat the ball away, go for the safe play, just knock it out of play for the nice turnover on downs. Let's see what it is going to be officially. Still waiting on an official signal here.
Yeah,
Looks
I
like
saw a little hand fighting there at the end, Peyton. Well, I'm not 100% sure.
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty going against both teams, offsetting penalties. Gage Hill was one of them that got that unsportsmanlike. But the turnover on downs will stand. Vulcans will take over at the Seton Hill 31-yard line. 1st and 10. 3:28 left to play here in the half. Let's see if the Vulcans can convert here. They've been stopped dry these last couple times. McCann's going to be in the backfield with Mitchell. Officials trying to explain the call here to Coach Dunn. Looks like that has been accomplished. Can't really tell how Coach Dunn feels about that. Looks like Cal U, Jackson, and Hill are going to be on the near side of your screen here. Lockhart and another on the far. Mitchell with the snap. Looking for Tyson Hill. Jumps up and catches it. And he secures it. Will be brought down at the Seton Hill 35-yard line. And what an effort there by Hill.
Yeah, what a catch that everybody Tyson Hill. Oh, as you look at the replay. Hey, Noah Mitchell just drops back for a little 2-yard drop. Tyson Hill going up and over his own guy and taking it away from the defender.
Mitchell, and looks like there was a flag thrown on the play. Intended target there was number 12, and that's looks to be Jackson Daughtry. And looks like we have a official score update, but let's look at this penalty. Pass interference, going to go against the Griffins.
Yeah.
We do have an official score update, an upset at that. Edinboro coming away with the victory over IUP 21-17. And oh boy there, that is not a good look for IUP at all. First getting knocked off by the rivals of Cal U, and then Edinboro absolutely upsetting them.
That was definitely a wild one there.
And Edinboro upsetting them at Miller Stadium, to note. Back here in the game, 3 minutes left to play here in the half. 1st and 10 for Cal as they take over at their own 42. Mitchell in the pocket. He finds Jackson in the middle of the field. He catches and receives it. And that's enough to move the chains for the Vulcans. 1st down.
Yeah, definitely a wild one there, but a great play by Jackson here, or to get to pick up the catch, run it for the 1st down.
Cal U entering Seton Hill territory will take over at the 47-yard line in Griffin territory. 2 and 2 on either side. McCann in the backfield. Mitchell with the snap. Firing. And Tyson Hill able to come up with another great catch right on the sidelines, keeping his feet in bounds, and that's enough for another Vulcan 1st down.
Look at this replay here, Peyton. And Noah Mitchell just tearing his secondary of Seton Hill apart as you find Tyson Hill gets his feet down rolls out of bounds for the 1st down.
Falcons on a roll here now, taking over at the Seton Hill 35-yard line. 2 minutes left to play here in this 1st half. 28-7 is your score. Mitchell taking the snap, feeling a little bit of pressure in and out of the hands of McCann III, and I bet he's going to be living that one, dreaming about that one tonight.
Yeah, stops the clock at 2 minutes on the dot. Just a little too much on that pass for him.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 now for the Vulcans. Cal U's going to spread it out on that far side. Trips looks to be Lockhart, Jackson, and Mack. Daughtry. Hill on the near side. Mitchell with the snap. Firing downfield. Caught by Lockhart. He evades a defender. He picks up the 1st down. He's still on his feet. A little bit of a dog pile there. But that'll be another Vulcan 1st down. They move the chains yet again. Looking at this replay here, Mitchell was able to find Lockhart very easily. Lockhart able to dodge the defender and just push his way upfield to make sure he gets that 1st down.
Yeah, Lockhart, it's just like Tyson Hill, very strong when he's trying to get that 1st down yardage. Keeps pushing forward here.
Cal U now taking over at the Seton Hill 22-yard line. 1:30 left to play here in this 1st half. Cal U trying to punch another one in. Mitchell And he finds Jaquay Jackson wide open in the end zone for a Vulcan touchdown. It's Jaquay Jackson yet again.
That's the hat trick there for Jaquay Jackson, his third score of the game. And look at this replay. As you see, Mitchell just drops back. Jackson right there in the middle of the field, wide open, untouched, no one around him for the easy E6.
Vulcans were able to put another one up on the board before they exit for the half. Beat code going to go for the point after. Awaiting the snap here. Seton Hill, now the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. Beatco automatic again, and it's 35-7, Cal U. And we will be right back for the CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and Vulcan Radio Network. We'll be right back.
The Cal U Cupboard connects students to information, services, and resources both on and off campus while providing free items such as food, school supplies, personal hygiene items, and more to our students. Visit our 2 locations at the Vulcan Village Clubhouse and Natali Student Center, or for a contactless option, visit bit.ly/Cal U Cupboard to request food or give donations. For important Cal U information, community resources, and our how-to series, follow at Cal U Cupboard on Instagram and the campus-wide announcements.
And welcome back to Adamson Stadium here in California, Pennsylvania. The Vulcans are up on the Griffins 35-7 late here in this first half. Johnny, let's look at this last scoring play for the Vulcans.
Yeah, take a look here, different angle. As you see, Noah Mitchell just drops back, a little 2-step drop, and finds Jaquay Jackson. There's no one around him on that one, and the broken coverage there by Seton Hill takes it in for 6. And something we didn't get to talk about on the extra point is the football's camera crew on the Sky Cart are to our right here, making the clean catch. It's on the extra point. I've not, as you were saying, Peyton, that was the cleanest catch I've seen on that.
And that was a very nice catch. He needs to be signed to a contract. What looks like Seton Hill now on the run game. A very established run game for the Griffins. Willand able to pick up a first down for his club, and he'll move the chains. Griffins trying to answer back before this half comes to a close.
Yeah, that's been the thing, is that no answer for Willard from this Cal U defense.
He's going to hand it off to Willard yet again. He evades a man. He's going to pick up another first down, and they're already within midfield now at their own, looks to be about the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. The Griffins trying to be on a roll here, and under a minute left to play. 2 and 2 on either side. McCormick with the snap takes it. Feeling some pressure, he's going to roll off to the near side. Flag is thrown on the play, and he's just going to simply slide behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be brought sliding down at the 45. Let's take a look at what this flag is about, though.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be coming back. I think we have a hold call. Well, if you watched on the near side.
And that is what it's going to be, Johnny. It's going to a holding call against the Griffins, and it's going to bring them back even further.
Yeah, that hold call was literally right in front of us here, right about the 45-yard line, or excuse me, the 35-yard line. And Brown was coming on the blitz after McCormick, and the offensive lineman just had too much jersey in his hand. Referees will call that every time.
And that'll back the Griffins up to their own 38-yard line, stumbling that progress. McCormick gives it off to Willard, and there's an answer for the run game. Pick up 2 on the play.
That's Silva and Boy coming up with the stop there.
Gain of 2 again on the play. 2nd and long, under 10 seconds. And Seton Hill is just going to run the clock down. And as we conclude for halftime, your score, California 35, Seton Hill 7 for CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network. and Vulcan Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome to the Regional Roundup, the D2 football show where two guys reach across the Allegheny Mountains and bring you all the pertinent information about D2 football. And after a busy week last week, both Colin and I unfortunately couldn't find a half hour just because this time of year there's a lot going on. But this week we're back, and Colin, there's a lot to talk about. It's good to see you again, my friend.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, there's a lot of things. We've got our first set of regional rankings officially now to dive into. That's always interesting. And a couple of really marquee upsets I know I saw across my reach here in the MEC. Not totally sure about you, but we've got some important stuff to talk about.
Well, let's start with how this past weekend was. Now that we're into the part of the season where the regional rankings are starting to matter more, we're not going to go through every game and every standing and everything like that with every conference. I said every like 10 times there. So if you have that on your bingo card, you get a square. But we're going to talk quickly about two games that were insane. And the first, we're going to talk about the Coal Bowl, Cal and IUP, where Cal was probably down to a 0.1% chance of winning, and then a block kick with 40 seconds to go, and then a touchdown pass from Noah Mitchell to Tyson Hill with 17 seconds, and Cal got the win. And basically through every prediction about what was going to happen in the regional rankings, and also threw a wrench into people's predictions about the PSAC title picture and playoff picture. But Colin, I know you were watching, or at least keeping tabs on it. As a fan from afar, what was your first takeaway from that result?
Well, just towards the beginning of like the end of the first half, and I would see things, and I was just seeing like a 26-10 mark, and I was like, oh man, like I was hoping they were going to come out with a bit more fight. And then I went back to it because I was at Paramount State at that point in time. We were in the middle of a game against the Fighting Falcons, which you know a little bit about from earlier in the season. But, you know, by the end of the third quarter, I decided not to check again. We were doing score updates from around the region, and I saw that. Just was like, okay, they got a shot here. They're on the way back. And then I had no idea. I found out they won the game while I was sitting in a Chipotle on the way home because I hadn't looked at about 15 minutes. And I got a call from somebody and said, they did it. And I said, they did what? Oh, they won the Coal Bowl. I couldn't believe it. But what an amazing game.
Well, I tell you what, if given the choice of getting the results of a game anywhere, I think Chipotle would be my number one choice. But I saw Noah Mitchell, our quarterback, good friend of both of ours, after the game. And I said, as soon as you got the ball back with time on the clock, I knew at the very least he would lead the team to a field goal, at least a field goal attempt. But then that second down, there was a pass that covered about 35 yards, got us Cal U inside the 10-yard line, and then IUP called called a timeout to set their defense. Then, and we're going to show the highlight right now as I talk about it. Noah Mitchell throws a back shoulder pass to Tyson Hill that just was just filthy in how it was executed and won the game. But so that threw a lot into shaking up the regional rankings. But Colin, before we look at those, you were talking about another upset, another fantastic game across the region this past weekend.
Yeah, really, a lot of people have been putting focus on Charleston out of the Mountain East to possibly be a playoff contender, but I got to tell you, after last week, that might be a thing of the past because they traveled down to Pembroke, North Carolina to take on UNCP, and that's a game that they were really, everybody across the board was picking them to win. They thought things were going to go great for Charleston, and they would cruise on through and be in the playoff picture with one loss, but according to the Braves, they had another idea in mind as they stole that one at home on homecoming, 21-14 over Charleston. Shut them down. Now they're sitting right at the bottom of the regional rankings instead of within the top 7. They're sitting at 10th now after 2 losses.
Well, that's a great segue into the regional rankings. Let's talk about those regional rankings. This is the first regional ranking for 2021. And one of the great things about Division II football is all of the conjecture about what's going or who's going to be in the first regional rankings and where the teams are going to be ranked in. As we see on the screen right now, Bentley 1, Kutztown 2, Shepherd, Cal U, Notre Dame, New Haven, IUP, Slippery Rock, Stonehill, and Charleston. Personally, I think out of all the eligible teams, I think they got probably the right 10 teams. I'm not sure about the order.
The right ones are there. I agree with you on that one. But I'll tell you what, if the season ended today and you got that 4-5 matchup that you're looking at right now, that would be one heck of a contest at Adamson Stadium. Notre Dame is a pretty impressive team. I mean, they come out with a pretty high-firing and fast-paced offense once they really get to know how you're going to attack them. And it's special. They're a great team, and we've seen them before make deep runs in Super Region 1, only to come up short a few times against teams like Slippery Rock and whatnot. But should be a fantastic first round, depending on how things hold. I know it's going to be a couple weeks till we find out how things will actually shake up, but could be an interesting 4-5.
Yeah, and just as a reminder to fans who may not be as familiar with how the regional playoffs work, 7 teams get in, ranked by a committee. The number 1 team will get a bye, and then 2 will play 7, 3 will play 6, 4 will play 5. But just looking at the rankings, this is the first one. There's 3 weeks left in the regular season. Just looking right now, Cal plays Slippery Rock in 2 weeks, so that's going to possibly knock one team out or solidify a team. Or if Slippery Rock were to beat Cal, that would give Cal a loss. So Slippery Rock would have 1 loss, Cal would have 1 loss. So, and then I believe New Haven has a tough game, possibly against Stonehill. So those 2 teams will actually Stonehill and New Haven already played. So, but there's a lot. There's going to be some head-to-head matchups. Then with the PSAC title game, you could see a Kutztown play a Cal U, a Kutztown play a Slippery Rock. So really, a lot of de facto playoff games the next couple weeks. And I know there's some matchups in the MEC that can affect this.
Yeah, no, I'm going to throw it in here regardless, just because I want to mention it. We'll throw it up on the screen here. I've got a tweet from Chuck Bittner where he talked about where Frostburg State would sit in these regional rankings should they have been able to qualify, because it's the last year in their transition period from D3 to D2. But according to his knowledge and what he's looked at through this point in time, he thought they would be sitting at a healthy 6 right now. So I'll be keeping track of that just because it's nice to talk about across campus and whatnot. And people always ask, well, what do you think? Where would they be at this point in time? And I try to keep somewhat of a tab on it often, but you can see there on that graphic a couple of good things and what they thought they might think about. But I'll keep tabs on it. But you're definitely right. MEC is going to be very interesting coming up here. And I'll tell you what, the one thing that really surprised me about this, we're not seeing a single GMAC team on here.
Well, I know this past weekend there was an upset, and I can't think about the top of my head because my tab is off the screen, but this could be a year where there's no GMAC team represented. Remember, there's no automatic qualifier for conference champions, so basically a GMAC team would need to hold serve the next couple weeks and then hope that, teams 5 through 10, or at least 5 through 9 in that ranking kind of have some troubles in the next 2 weeks. But getting back to your point about Frostburg, what I like about that, just Chuck's tweet about where the Bobcats would be, is that's something to look at going into next year when they are fully eligible for the playoffs and everything that comes with being a full D2 member. Because we've talked about it on the show, we've talked about it just in our normal conversations. Frostburg's a team on the rise, and they're going to be, I think, a regional force in the not too distant future.
It's a fun brand of football down here. It's been a lot of fun, and the special teams is amazing. I have seen more blocked kicks, blocked punts, blocked field goals than I've seen probably in 4.5 years of a career doing broadcasting here in just one season alone. They're pretty special down here, and I'm sure people will enjoy the more they find out about it. They're going to put some people on notice next year.
And I wouldn't mind seeing a Cal U Frostburg matchup in the near future, just because it's a short trip and it would just be fun. But that could be a potential playoff matchup in the future. You never know. But switching over from the regional rankings, that's the most important thing. But it's always fun to talk about the national rankings. There's several teams in Super Region 1 that are represented. And as I slide down past the FCS poll to the D2 poll, Fair State, Valdosta State, they've been 1-2 for a while. But Cal U sneaking up with that big win into 4th, one of the highest ranks Cal U has ever achieved in school history. And then you scroll down, Notre Dame's number 9, Bentley 11, Shepherd 12, Bowie State, which is not in the not in Super Region 1, but they're in Maryland, an adjacent region. And actually, they were in the region for a while, the CIAA. Slippery Rock at 15, and then Kutztown at 21. And then a little team, something about the Frostburg State Bobcats coming in at 23 and dropping out IUP after that loss. But receiving votes, you have Charleston. So Super Region 1, and New Haven's also receiving votes. But Super Region 1 getting some national love in the coaches poll.
I'll tell you what, Cal U stands to move up one more spot next week, depending on how the 2-3 matchup between Valdosta State and West Georgia goes down on Saturday. They have a chance to hop up to number 3 next week as long as they take care of business against Seton Hill on Saturday. So I'll definitely be keeping tabs on that 2-3 matchup.
And that 2-3 matchup might be possibly one of the top 3 biggest games in any division of NCAA football, 1, FCS 2, or Division 3, because it's not often you see, especially in Division 2, where there's not a lot of cross-regional or cross-divisional matchups. You don't see a lot of top 5 matchups this late in the season. So for Valdosta State and West Georgia to be locking horns this weekend is something special. But Colin, let's talk about some schedules. We'll look first at the PSAC since I have that tab up. I'm not going to go through every matchup, and really there's not a lot. There's not, I don't think, any matchups that are going to cause any chaos in the region. A lot of top of the table teams playing some bottom and middle of the table. But just looking, the one that possibly would be Shippensburg and East Stroudsburg, both teams kind of hovering around the top part. But that's probably my pick for a game of the week in the PSAC. How about you?
Well, I mean, looking at the slate here for the Mountain East, I mean, there's a few things that I've seen that look okay, that are going to be entertaining. I mean, Concord and Wheeling should be a fun one. Not really going to have any kind of implications or any kind of standings to play with here, but really the main one that needs to be looked forward to is not until next week, and that will be when Notre Dame travels down to UNC Pembroke, and we'll see if the Braves can get another high-ranked team with some home cooking here, maybe knock them out and knock them down a peg in the region, as well as take them out of the tie for first place in the Mountain East Conference standings.
Yeah, and it's crazy we're at this point in the season, just because the fall goes so fast. Now I'm going to switch over to the Northeast 10. The game of the week, and this could have some implications depending on how certain things shake out in the next 2 or 3 weeks in other conferences and other games. But Assumption will be traveling to New Haven. Assumption right behind New Haven in the Northeast 10 standings, and that is going to be a game that, we look. New Haven is 6-1 overall. They're 5-0 in conference. Assumption 4-3, so they're pretty much out of the playoff, NCAA playoff discussion. But if they get a win, that could, in fact, possibly eliminate New Haven, because I'm not sure if the Northeast 10 will be able to get 2 teams in.
I was surprised to see Stonehill hanging around towards the bottom of those initial regional rankings. I mean, I saw 5-2, and I immediately thought, wow, I didn't even think they would even have a shot to be hanging around. But they're still in play. You never know. Yeah,
and I believe that was on the strength of, and I'm going to pull the schedule up right now, I believe they played New Haven this past weekend. Yes, New Haven beat Stonehill 42-20, but possibly that could be one of those weird, because they played New Haven with a pretty good strength of schedule, that could have bumped them up even with a loss. That's what another weird thing, and I think that's one of the things we've been hearing on campus from various people that don't really, look into how the rankings are accumulated. Cal's 5-0, but they're 7-0. I'm a couple weeks behind, but the strength of schedule is not very good. Nothing they can do about the conference mandated schedule. Just got unlucky a little bit with playing Lock Haven and Millersville, 2 teams that are struggling, but also Slippery Rock having that same issue with strength of schedules issue. So that's why I'm thinking that game between Slippery Rock and Cal in 2 weeks, or a week and a half really, could be a de facto playoff game, because there's no guarantee that a 1-loss Cal U team or a 1-loss Slippery Rock team would get into the NCAA playoffs.
You always have to watch out on the east side of things. I mean, Chevrolet and Kutztown both really being possible contenders out there on that side of things. Their matchup was fantastic. I don't think anybody saw the outcome of that one going the way that it did, but still, 2 guys you're going to have to watch out for over there on that other side. Well,
and really, I tell you what, Kutztown is probably playing the steadiest ball of anybody in the Super Region 1 right now, just because, I mean, they had that one blip earlier in the year. Not even a blip. It was, they lost to a good team, but they have been – there's never been a week that I've said, oh, Kutztown's going to lay an egg here. They've just been very, very solid. And then quickly, I'm going to look over to the GMAC. Even though they don't have any teams ranked, it's always good to see what's going on. Really no marquee matchups this week, which is,
well, it could
have been a couple. There could have been a couple, but unfortunately, Ohio Dominican had a loss. Tiffin did not have the season we'd all expected. They play this week. Finley at Walsh not having a good season, so kind of a down year for the GMAC, and a couple of their top teams cannibalizing each other, and that happens. And it happens when you have conferences that have a lot of parity.
yeah, I mean, there's just a bunch of good teams towards the top of there, and they'll just beat up on each other. We've seen it year in and year out over there. Sometimes you'll have one that makes their way through, and times like this year, everybody just kind of knocks each other out.
And Colin, before we leave, let's get Colin's crazy prediction. We talked about everything good, but if there's anything crazy that could happen this week, what are you putting your money on?
Well, I know last time we did a little bit of a segment like this, I said there was a possibility that Notre Dame could lose to Charleston, and I ended up losing back there. So I really got some big shoes to fill here. But I guess if I had to look across the schedule in general, just the different things you could see, I mean, maybe Fairmont could potentially run with Notre Dame if they can really hold on to the football and get the run game going, because they struggled to run the ball against Frostburg last week. But I mean, you never know. If you can play the time of possession game and really just control that football, you never know. You might have a chance here. They do struggle a bit to throw the football. They were down to their fourth-string QB last week, but it's a team that could surprise people. You never know. They've been back and forth all year, and it just seems like a thing where they could go on the road and maybe pull an upset. But that's all I can really think of now.
And I'm actually going to cheat. I'm going to pick two, and the first one's going to be they're both in the Northeast 10 that are going to throw major – if these happen, these are going to throw major – wrenches into what is going to happen next week in the regional rankings. But first, I'm going to say Assumption is going to upset New Haven. Just based, you've seen Assumption, you've been to Assumption, so that's my one pick. And then I'm going to pick Franklin Pierce shocking the world at Bentley. Franklin Pierce not having a great season, but we said crazy, and I'm going to go crazy. And if that were to happen, that would throw just chaos. And it's always good to have chaos this time of year when it's talking playoffs.
I couldn't imagine it would shake everything up and probably boost Kutztown up to number 1. And that's where they were at the end of 2019. If you can remember back that far, they did finish at the top of the region.
Well, Colin, we're at the end of our time, but tell everybody where they can catch you in Frostburg State football this weekend.
Frostburg State on the road this week at Alderson Broadus down in Philippi, West Virginia. First time going there. Small 2,000-seat football stadium, a multi-sport performance center, I think or stadium, I should say, the name of that. It'll be an interesting one. I've seen more Alderson Broadus this week than most people have in a lifetime. Soccer against them yesterday, volleyball on Tuesday, and then we'll have football on Saturday. Looking to go for a clean slate. Beat them every single one. So 99.5 WDZN Cumberland. That's where we'll be. Pregame at 12:45 as always for a 1 p.m. kickoff.
You may have to pay some local taxes in Philippi this week, seeing as much Battler athletics as you have in the past week. But for us on CUTV and CalU, you will be able to watch the CalU Seton Hill contest this Saturday at 4 o'clock from Addison Stadium, and that game will be live on CUTV Sports 1 and also on the CalU portal on the PSAC network. So that wraps up the regional roundup for this week. So for Colin Kirkwood, I'm Gary Smith saying we'll see you next week for some more playoff predictions and getting into the final 2 weeks of the regular season.
Election Day, November 2nd, 2021 is just around the corner. Check your status or find your polling place. Visit calu.edu/vote to find links to all this information. Check out this non-partisan website, vote411.org, put together by the League of Women Voters to preview your ballot so you can know what's on it ahead of time. The last day to register to vote in the state of PA is October 18th, 2021, and the last day to request a mail-in or absentee ballot is October 26th, 2021.
Back by popular demand and better than ever is late night dining in the Natali Student Center. Join us starting Monday, October 18th at the hot spot for evening dining, Natali Evening Eats, located on the second floor of Natali next to Umami. Open Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., and on weekends, 7:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., Natali Evening Eats is a one-stop shop for your favorite menu items. Orders can be placed through our mobile app or at the designated Evening Eats kiosk. We can't wait to see you there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back from halftime. We had a pretty good break there, all refreshed, and we are ready for some more PSAC West football between the Cal U Vulcans and the Seton Hill Griffins. Johnny, let's take a look at how we got to this score.
So starting here with the touchdown on the Lockhart, then we go that following kickoff as they took it up over the 30 and it fumbled it shortly after the Vulcans would make them pay. Here's Noah Mitchell. Just throws it right across the middle to Jaquay Jackson. That'd be the first score of the game for Jackson today. And then shortly after that ensuing drive, Jamal Martin Jr. with the pick 6.
And here we go as we're set to start off the second half of action here at Adamson Stadium. Vulcans will receive. Seton Hill received in the first half. Cal U will get the ball to start off this second half. And it is underway. Your score, Vulcans 35, Griffins 7. And let's see what this second half of action brings us. Brunson on the carry for the Vulcans. Gets to about the 20-yard line before he's brought down. And that's where the Vulcans will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, decent return there by Kyle Brunson as he picked it up from about his own 2-yard line up and over the 20, and looks like they're going to start from their 22, 23-yard line, somewhere in that range.
And we have some halftime stats here. Cal U really establishing a passing game here. Lockhart leading the team so far in the game with 109 yards. Jackson right behind him with 102. Tyson Hill with 35 yards. Mitchell still the better quarterback here. 246 yards so far. Mitchell stepping back and completed to Tyson Hill. Is that the official call here? And that is going to be a completed catch by Tyson Hill and a first down to start this half of action. And that is a great way to start off.
Yeah, good catch there here by Jackson. By Hill, as he made that one right on the far sideline and brought it in.
The Vulcans take over at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Mitchell with a man in motion. He's going to give it off to his back real quick. And he'll pick up a few yards there on the play, on the carry there. Number 26 for the Vulcans. Looks to be Isaiah Cameron. Pick up a few yards, maybe a couple there on the play. 2nd and 8 now for the Vulcans.
Yeah, good run there. As Cal U trying to get a run game going on here as Noah Mitchell's been airing it out a little bit. Just try to give him a break to let his arm relax for a bit.
On the 37-yard line in Vulcan territory, that's where Cal U sets up. 2 receivers on the far, 1 on the near. Mitchell with the snap. Stepping up, dumping it off to Cameron, I believe. And looks like he might be short of that first down marker. The officials are going to say he's short.
Nope,
they're going to give him the first down. It looked for a little bit he was short, but the officials say that he got to the 45, and that's a Vulcan first down.
Yeah, good catch. A little pop pass there to Cameron. Took it up the middle for a few yards and got the first down on that Cal U needed.
All right, back into the action. 13 minutes left to play here in this third quarter of action. 2 and 2 on either side. Mitchell with the snap. The pass is blocked. It's up in the air. No one can get to it as it'll be an incomplete pass. And what an effort by the Griffins to block that pass.
Yeah, wild one. That one got knocked up in the air like a tip drill ball or a air ball for basketball. All of it. Nobody around to get it.
Vulcans got lucky on that one. It could have very easily been a turnover. Clock stopped at 12:57. 2nd and 10. Ball spotted at the Vulcan 45-yard line. Mitchell with the snap. Firing. Caught there by the receiver. And the Vulcans down there at the 50-yard line. Coming up with that.
Daughtry.
That was Jackson Daughtry on the carry. Looking at this replay here. We see Mitchell dropping back in the pocket. Easily able to find Daughtry. Oh, the one-handed catch there.
Yeah, nice.
He pulled it in. And that's a nice gain for the Vulcans, now officially in Seton Hill territory. It looks to be 3rd and 3. More specifically, the 48-yard line of the Griffins.
We've seen this song and dance before.
Two receivers on the far and near. Cameron in the backfield with Mitchell in the shotgun. Mitchell takes the snap. He's going to fire in the middle of the field. Caught there by Derek Lockhart. He's going to try to switch the field up. A nice little juke, and he's still going. He picks up the first down and a lot more, and then he's pushed out of bounds, and that's a Vulcan first down.
Yeah, take a look at the replay here. As Lockhart makes the catch, makes one guy miss. Another one is going east to west here. As he gets some blocker, and then finally turns upfield. Gets the first down and then some before he steps out of bounds. Well inside the Griffin territory now.
Making 3 defenders miss on that. The elusiveness of Lockhart pays off. Now Cal U spotted at the Seton Hill 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Similar formation, 2 and 2 on either side. Cameron in the back with Mitchell. Taking the snap. Mitchell in the pocket. Steps up. Dumps it off to Cameron. Cameron with the reception, picking up the first down. And he's finally brought down at about the 23-yard line and a Vulcan first down.
Take a look at this replay here. Mitchell looking for someone further down on field, but just a little pop pass right there to Cameron, and it's a check down. Gets the first down and then some before he gets taken down on just outside the red zone.
Practically wide open. Seton Hill was not expecting that little pop pass, and it definitely looked like it. Cal U's on the march now. The 23-yard line of the Griffins. Lockhart and Hill on the far side. Little dump off to Cameron. Cameron trying to turn it up a little bit, and he's pushed out of bounds at what looks like the 15-yard line, and he was pushed out of bounds by Jaden Emberson Gaines.
We got on an injured Griffin down on the field right now.
You hate to see that. We already saw one player go down, and now we have another.
Yeah, nice little run there though by Cameron. And that's what we like to call a little option draw play.
And that was like you said, Johnny, was a nice gain of a lot there on the play. It's going to be, looks to be about a 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. And over here on your screen now at the bottom, some regional scores. Slippery Rock coming out on top, 63-21 over Gannon. Notre Dame 45-0 over Fairmont.
Edinburgh with the upset at IUP.
I'm still very shocked about that. I can't even process that. The fact that IUP has dropped 2 back-to-back home games and against conference opponents too. That's not looking good there for the Crimson Hawks.
And here's the other thing, Peyton. How often do we hear of IUP losing 3 games in a season? It's been a while since we've heard that.
Yes, it has been quite some time.
Have to check with our producer Gary because he might know when the last time that happened.
He doesn't even know. 2nd and 2. Mitchell is going to hand it off to Cameron. Cameron with the sidestep, and with that sidestep, that'll be enough for a Vulcan first down. And that'll move the chains for Cal U. They were a little hesitant on that, but yep, it will be enough to move the chains for Cal U.
Yeah, Cal U starting to get a run game going on here, as we've seen Cameron and taking a few carries and getting decent yardage on it, and getting about 4 to 5 yards on this drive. So what I've seen, and the shortest drive or shortest run he's had is for about 2 yards.
You know, Cameron, he's not the biggest running back, but that size. You know, he's able to be quick with the ball and get around defenders easily.
And looks like
the timeout is called by, looks to be Cal U. And with 9:40 left to play here in this third quarter of action, Cal U is up on Seton Hill 35-7. And we're going to take a look at the preseason PSAC West poll. And
this is for basketball here.
For basketball here, the preseason PSAC West poll, Gannon coming up on top in the preseason. In women's basketball here, Gannon ranked 1st, IUP coming 2nd, women's basketball for Cal U 3rd, quite up there for them. Mercyhurst and Seton Hill, Edinburgh, Pitt, Johnstown, Slippery Rock, and Clarion to round out the bottom there. And that's quite a placement for the women's team.
Yeah, I can't wait to start calling some of those games here soon.
It'll be very fun, and it'll be very shortly here, depending on how well this Cal U team can do here in the playoffs. Both teams now back to the line of scrimmage. Lockhart and Hill on the far side. Two backs in the backfield. Mitchell taking the snap, firing to Lockhart, and he brings it in for the Cal U touchdown. Derek Lockhart yet again registers another for the board.
Yeah, once again. And Lockhart finding the end zone. As we take a look here at the replay, a look at this full house backfield for Mitchell and company. Drops back, just a little catch and throw. Oh, right there into the end zone. 4-6.
That's another 6 points for the Vulcans, answering back from that Seton Hill touchdown a little earlier in the game. Biko set to attempt the extra point, Tarrant to hold. Waiting for the snap. Biko's been an absolute machine this season. The snap, the kick is up, and it is not contested and through the uprights. Make that 42-7 Cal U over Seton Hill. We're going to send it to commercial break here on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and 91.9 FM. Don't go away. We will be right back.
Vulcan Volleyball is back, and you can catch all the action with CUTV and the PSAC network. After a year away from the court, the Vulcans are set to try and get back to the top of the PSAC. A full slate of action versus such PSAC opponents Gannon, Mercyhurst, Edinburgh, Clarion, Seton Hill, Slippery Rock, IUP, and Pitt Johnstown. Every home game will be live on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC network.
And welcome back to the broadcast here on CUTV Sports 1, where we have the Seton Hill Griffins battling out against the Cal U Vulcans. Vulcans take a 42-7 lead, 9:36 remaining. Johnny, let's look at this replay.
Yeah, take a look at this play here. Here as we see Mitchell and company just setting up, drop and throw from 20 plus out. Finds Lockhart right there in the end zone, 4-6. As my friend Tom is hammering away at the beam there with Blaze and company. He got to hammer it out 42 times.
The Griffins set to take over, thrown 25-yard line, 1st and 10. The snap given off to the back there. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play for the Griffins. On the carry was Willand. Like I said, a gain of 1 on the play, 2nd and 9 for the Griffins. 9:15 and counting left to go here in this third quarter of action. Vulcans up big time on the Griffins, 42-7 here on Senior Day. Griffins 2-2 on either side. McCormick with the snap. He's going to give it to Willand again. Taking the outside, shuts the defender, and he is met there nicely by number 22 for Cal U, and that'll be Dominic Solomon Jr. He's been a pretty good defensive piece for this Vulcan defense so far. And we saw it last week. He was the one that would block the punt to give Cal U that great field position against IUP last week.
Yeah, came up with a big play last week that pretty much started that comeback for the Vulcans.
Here we go, 3rd and 1 for Seton Hill, 8:40 left to play, giving off to Willand again. He's going to pick up the 1st down, and he'll be stopped there by Jamal Martin Jr., and he'll pick up the Griffin 1st down.
Well, we got a second here, Peyton. Take a look at some other scores around the PSAC. Mercyhurst over Clarion, 38-20. Millersville, Kutztown, have gone final. Kutztown pick up the win, 30-7. Shippensburg and East Stroudsburg in a close one, 24-23. East Shippensburg picks up the victory. Shepherd over Bloomsburg, 62-18.
Thank you, Johnny, for the scores. Here we go, back in the action. It was an incomplete pass from McCormick. Pass intended for Mark Bales. The first time we've called his name on the broadcast.
Yeah. Mormon and the defender for Cal U was in the area just a step behind and from getting an interception.
Seems to be the Vulcans have just been breathing down the back of the Griffins all game, been all over top of them, and just haven't been able to really air this game out. 2nd and 10 now for the Griffins. They're going to take over at their own 38-yard line. 2 and 2 on either side. Back in the backfield with McCormick. McCormick now is going to hand it off to Willand. Pickup of a 2 there on the play. Brought down by the Vulcan defense. Looks to be number 99 there, Gage Hill on the tackle. And Dillo, Noah Dillo there as well, leading the Vulcans in tackles.
Definitely going to want to keep an eye on them big boys up front. Dillo, Hill, and Brown on up coming up the middle here.
And officially it'll be a 3rd and 7 now for Seton Hill. 7:35 and counting. McCormick takes the snap. Looking downfield, he's going to fire in the middle of the field, and it's caught there nicely. Evades a defender, and he's still on his feet. And he's finally going to be brought down by the Vulcans. Coming up with a big catch there was Tyon Battle, and that's enough for a Seton Hill first down.
Yeah, take a look at the replay here, Peyton, is that we see that one and just pretty much a gunsling shot right across the middle. He saw stiff arms there before, Cal U ropes him in for the stop.
Seton Hill showing strong side to the far side. McCormick giving off to Willand. Able to pick up a few yards, maybe about 4 or 5 there on the play. Logan Weiland has been just, very good force for Seton Hill to establish the run game. So far, they haven't been showing it on the scoreboard, though. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the Vulcan 28-yard line. McCormick handing off to Weiland again, and he's brought down the line of scrimmage there nicely there. Number 55, Gerald Brown. Maybe a gain of 1 there on the play. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Griffins. 6:10 remaining here in this third quarter of action. 42-7 is your score. Griffins starting to march downfield, taking over at the Vulcan 27-yard line. 3 on the far, 1 on the near for Seton Hill. There's a back in the backfield with McCormick. McCormick with the snap, looking, pressure by Cal U. He's going to run up in the pocket, and he's going to be met there by Nazir Taylor, and he stopped short of that first down marker.
Yeah, gutsy move there as we take a look at the replay. McCormick drops back looking for open in man, but as it sees the Cal U defense has got everyone covered, decides he's going to take it himself and tries to go power for power there with Nazir Taylor, and just gets stopped well short of the sticks.
4th and 1 for the Griffins on that last stop. Well, the pressure there by Corboy made McCormick their run. And Cal U showing a heavy blitz here, and it's going to make Seton Hill call a timeout. It looked like Vulcans were just storming the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, they were bringing everything
timeout.
but the kitchen sink there.
Timeout, I believe, called by the Griffins. Just over 5 minutes left to play here in this third quarter.
Take a look now here as we look back through the PSAC once again. And as your score here, 42-7, Cal U leads it. And then over at Slippery Rock as they pick up the victory decisively in a 63-21 victory over Gannon. IUP gets upset by Edinburgh 21-17. Shippensburg and East Stroudsburg in a close one, 24-23. Millersville falls to Kutztown on 30-7. And Mercyhurst and Clarion 38-20 as the Lakers pick up a victory there.
Both teams starting to return here to the line of scrimmage as we come back into our game. Seton Hill is faced with a 4th and 1 now. Ball spotted at the Vulcan 24-yard line. It looks like the Seton Hill offense is going to stay out here on the field.
Honestly surprised they didn't try to kick the field goal.
They're going to go in that power I formation here. Snapping the ball, Weiland with the carry, and that's enough for a Seton Hill first down as they're going to continue this drive.
Yeah, they brought an extra lineman in to play fullback for him, and right in front of Wild, and just left him run.
And now the ball is spotted at the 20-yard line in Cal U territory, the 19-yard line inside of the red zone. Griffins have been marching upfield. Almost were stopped there by the Vulcans, but it was not to be. McCormick now taking the snap, looking downfield, feeling pressure. He's going to throw it away, and it'll be incomplete. Flag is thrown there on the play.
Got a couple of them thrown here, Peyton.
There was one thrown out there at the line of scrimmage. Let's see what the officials are. It's going to be a holding call going against the Griffins, and if you're Seton Hill, that is not a good penalty to take. You're going to back up even further. I mean, it looks to be a 10-yard penalty. It's going to be 1st and 20. A ball is going to be spotted at the Vulcan 29-yard line.
This should be the 9th one against the Griffins today.
4:23 remaining here in this third quarter. 42-7 is your score. Seton Hill sending a man in motion. McCormick giving it off to Weiland. Weiland finding a hole, and he's met there by the Vulcan secondary. Mormon credited with the Martin and Mormon credited with the stop there for the Vulcans. 2nd and 15 looked to be a gain of about 5 there on the play, give or take. 2nd down for Seton Hill. 3 here on the far near side, 1 on the far. McCormick with the snap. Dropping back, looking downfield. He's aiming for the end zone. Can he get it? Absolutely not, and it is over the head of the receiver, and that'll bring up a 3rd down for Seton Hill. Let's take a look at this replay here, Johnny.
Yeah, look at this one. As McCormick has all sorts of pressure coming in on him and just throws a deep bomb towards the end zone, but out of the reach of his receiver, or that was diving into the end zone to try to reach it for his last desperate effort, but could not come up with the catch.
Atkins was the intended target for that, and you know he would have loved to catch that. Seton Hill, 3rd down and 14. McCormick dropping back, feeling pressure, going to dump it off to his running back, and it looks like he slipped up there on the turf. It was completed and way short of that 1st down marker. It's 4th down Seton Hill.
Yeah, it looks like Willard just slipped on the turf. As we can see, it's starting to pick up here with the rain. There's a lot of umbrellas and jackets and ponchos coming out now. Oh, but
3:15 and counting to go here in this third quarter. 42-7, your score. Seton Hill trying to get up on the board here yet again. The Griffins showing 3 here on the near side, 1 on the far. Back next to McCormick. McCormick takes the snap. Feeling pressure, he's hit hard as he throws it away. Completed to Weiland. And looks to be, that'll be a Seton Hill 1st down, and it's 1st and goal for the Griffins.
Take a look at the replay here, Peyton, on this 4th down conversion. And the Vulcans bringing everything but the kitchen sink. McCormick gets it off as Toby hits him. Finds Wild right there on this little slant route. Oh, but once again, slips on the turf, and it brings up a 1st and goal now for the Griffins.
Seton Hill takes over on the Cal U 5-yard line. 2:30 left to play here in the third quarter. Seton Hill trying to get up on the board again. Griffins sending a man in motion. Snapped. Giving off to Weiland. And he's met there, looks like by Toby. And what a stop there by that Vulcan line as they hold strong. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, big stop there there by Matt Toby and Noah Dillo to come up there and stop Wild. Oh, he's been all over the secondary running and through Cal U who haven't had much of an answer here.
Ball now spotted at the Vulcan, looks like the 2-yard line. And the power eye. Quick snap there. Weiland. And it looks like he was stopped short of the goal line. And what a stop there by the Vulcans.
That big stop there as you see here on the replay. Watch right here, folks, on the near side of your screen as Wild goes for it. And boom! That Toby drops the boom on him. Comes up with a big stop here.
No gain on the play. Ball spotted at the 2-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. Minute and 15 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Power eye formation for Seton Hill. McCormick under center. And a flag on the play.
Somebody moved up front.
Something happened here. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to get an official signal here pretty soon, though. And it is going to be a false start call for the Griffins. And that's just yet another mental mistake Seton Hill made. And they're going to be backed up even further now at the 7-yard line, 3rd and goal.
Yeah, they're going to get the tackle, number 75, Paul Newell, on the penalty.
Both teams changing personnel now. Minute left to play here in this 3rd quarter. This is big 3rd down here for the Griffins. Have a chance to put another 6 up on the board, or will the Vulcans stand strong as they have so far? Change of quarterback. Chris Jones is now in, I believe. Jones fakes the handoff. He's going to roll, and he's going to complete the pass. Actually, incomplete. He dropped it, and that's a 4th down now for the Griffins. Intended target, number 88. And I don't have a name for that. It doesn't show it here on the roster. And
number 88, Ryan Thomas, was the guy they were trying to hit on that one.
Oh. And now they're going to try to go here for this extra point to try to come away with something here. Luke Hager trying for the 3 points. And it is blocked by Cal U. Blocked by Cal U. Looks like Jamal Martin Jr. almost picked that up. Vulcans are going to recover. And he's finally brought down at the 25-yard line. The Vulcans hold strong here and stop Seton Hill at the line.
Take a look at the replay here as it's not I'm trying to make out a number here. It looks like number 97 on your programs. And Stephon Brown picking it up and is going to take it up the field a little bit. It's setting Cal U up at their own 35-yard line. Take a look here at the PSAC men's basketball all-state preseason and poll. IUP number 1, Mercyhurst 2, Pitt Johnstown on 3rd, Cal U's coming in here at 4th, Gannon 5th, Slippery Rock 6th, Clarion, Edinburgh, and Seton Hill to round out the rest of those preseason rankings. And we have basketball coming soon. You're not going to miss that here on CUTV Sports 1 and on Power 92. Peyton, you and I will be on those calls.
Mitchell is going to pitch it off to Kyle Brunson. Brunson looks to maybe gain of 1 there on the play. And some extracurriculars between the two teams. And no flag has been thrown so far. And that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. Your score, Cal U 42, Seton Hill 7. We're going to have to send it to commercial break. For CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and 91.9 FM. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
The Cal U Cupboard connects students to information, services, and resources both on and off campus while providing free items such as food, school supplies, personal hygiene items, and more to our students. Visit our 2 locations at the Vulcan Village Clubhouse and Natali Student Center, or for a contactless option, visit bit.ly/Cal U Cupboard to request food or give donations. For important Cal U information, community resources, and our how-to series, follow at Cal U Cupboard on Instagram and the campus-wide announcements.
Welcome back to Adamson Stadium here in California, Pennsylvania. We have a PSAC West matchup between Cal U and Seton Hill. The Vulcans are up 42-7 as we are about set to start off the fourth quarter of action.
Yeah, taking a look here, a couple stats we got in now. As we look here, Noah Mitchell, once again going for 300 yards in the game as he's got 312 for 5 touchdowns. As long as it's been a 27-yarder, it's only been sacked once with no interceptions.
Very good game for Mitchell indeed, as he has all season long for the Vulcans. Cal U will take over at their own 27-yard line, 2nd and 7. They picked up the blocked kick, were able to return it a little bit. Mitchell, completed pass to Jackson in the middle of the field, and that's a Vulcan first down.
Yeah, once again, and Jaquay Jackson, as we look here at the replay, hey, Mitchell, just looking comfortable in the pocket as he just lets the ball fly there. There, hits Jackson, and right there around on the 50-yard line, might be a little bit short of it, right on the Cal logo. Brings up 1st and 10. Nice catch there by Jackson to hold on as he had a defender all over him.
Yeah, that's what Jackson does best. He gets those receptions in coverage, and we've seen it all season. Cal U at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Mitchell with the snap, going to give it off to his back, and he's met there at the line. I believe that was Brunson on the carry.
Yeah, it looks like Brunson had the biscuit. He had the rock there.
Almost, he said the biscuit there. It was a little hockey reference there.
Yeah, I was and excited for some hockey later.
I am too. It looks to be no gain on that play. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Vulcans. 13:45 and counting left to play here in the game. 42-7 your score in favor of the Vulcans. Mitchell with a full backfield, receivers on either side. Mitchell stepping back. He's going to fire down the middle of the field, intending for Edenfield, and it went over his head, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication there with Mitchell and the receiver. Brings up 3rd and 10 now for Cal U.
Clock will stop at 13:29. 3rd down and 10. 2 receivers on either side. Mitchell. Brunson off to his right. Looking off to Coach Dunn to make sure they got the right call here. Seton Hill does some adjusting of their own here. Showing a bit of a blitz here is Seton Hill. Mitchell, low snap, takes it, fires, and it was incomplete. Looks like the intended target there was Lockhart, and Vulcans will go 3 and out. It'll be 4th and 10 now for Cal.
Yeah, Cal had to get that snap off quickly with 1 on the play clock, and then Noah Mitchell just overthrew the receiver once again.
Cal U up 42-7, even though they're up by a large margin. I'm sure they would have wanted to continue this drive and to keep racking up more points. We will see the Cal U punt team now. And waiting for the snap.
Seton Hill looks like they're bringing everything.
The snap is perfect. Beatco almost blocked. Nice punt there by Beatco. No fair catch intended. He breaks a couple defenders' ankles, and he's on the run now. He's at the 30, the 40. Made a lot of defenders miss. The flag is thrown here on the play. He gets past Beatco. He stays in line. And the officials will call him out of bounds as there is a flag thrown down at the Vulcan 45-yard line.
Yeah, I think this is going to be roughing the kicker.
Excuse me, that was a flag down at the Vulcan 35-yard line. And we're going to wait for an official signal here from the ref. 13:04 left to play. And it was a roughing the kicker penalty going against Seton Hill.
So this will be an automatic first down for Cal U. So the offense comes right back out onto the field. So that punt return is going to be null and void against Seton Hill.
I'm sure the Griffin faithful are not happy about that, but you cannot rough the kicker. You have to let him do his job and do his thing. That was not the case. Cal U's offense, along with Noah Mitchell, will come back onto the field, and the Griffins are going to have to make another stop here as they're deep in their own territory at the 38-yard line of Seton Hill.
Coach A letting them hear it over there or on the sideline. And he is not happy about that one at all.
They better watch. They already have a sideline infraction against them. And they still want a little bit more explanation as the Seton Hill coach is coming onto the field. And he's letting the official hear it.
And I believe that's Coach Day there asking, and what happened?
And he really wants an explanation. He's not buying the officials. 13:04 left to play here in this fourth quarter of action. 42-7 is your score in favor of the Vulcans. And props to our camera crew for getting this. And now the officials going over to Coach Dunn. Coach Day still not happy here. He's really not buying this one, Johnny.
Yeah.
The officials still trying to explain to Coach Day why the call was what it was.
Taking a look here now. I'm looking to see if we got an update from our friends over at Lockhaven for that score.
The lights here at Adamson Stadium in full effect. The night sky is coming over California. It's turning into a little bit of a night game now. It's almost more of a senior night instead of a senior day for the Vulcans.
I do have a score update for us, Peyton. Currently in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes left to go, Lockhaven is up 35-13. As we look at the replay here on this punt return, and you saw where BCO got hit, and Seton Hill with perfect blocking on this as they cut across the field now.
And looks like we're going to get some type of signal here. Officials trying to explain to the players what's going on. And here we go. So it will stay Cal U's ball. They're going to, looks like they messed up the spot of the ball. And now the Vulcans will take over at the 43-yard line of Seton Hill. And the officials like what they see now, that everyone's on the same page, and we can get this game back rolling. Mitchell under center. Snapping, faking the handoff. Mitchell airing it out downfield. Can he get it? It's caught! It's caught! The Vulcans, touchdown! But there's multiple flags here on the play.
Yeah, nice catch and run there. But I believe that was Tyson Hill on the, or no, excuse me.
Jack Coletti on the reception for the Vulcans.
The first time we've called him all season.
And it's going to be a holding call against the offense. That touchdown will be coming back. And it's a shame to see. That was such a great catch there by Coletti, able to fight off the defender. We're going to take another look here. Mitchell has all the time in the world. He airs it all the way out downfield. One man to beat. And just what a catch there by Coletti. But unfortunately, it came back for a holding call. Now the Vulcans will take over at their own 47-yard line. 1st and 20.
And as you saw, Peyton, right there at the tops of your screen, on the far side of the field where that hold call was. But if that touchdown would have stayed, well, that would have been a dilly dime if Dylan was still here.
Here we go. Mitchell taking the snap. He's going to just give it off to Kyle Brunson now. Brunson able to pick up maybe a yard on the play. 2nd and 19.
Yeah, it looks like
Seton Hill might be down in this game, but they have been able to stop Cal's run game quite nicely. Cal, you really only able to attack from the air.
yeah, it looks like they're going to switch up running backs here as Brunson comes off the field. It's going to be number 26, Cameron, and going back into the backfield for Cal U.
12-15 and counting to go here in the game. 42-7 up for Cal U. 2 on either side. Cameron in the backfield, Mitchell taking the snap. Mitchell downfield and is in and out of the hands of, that was Daughtry. That's going to be a 3rd down now for the Vulcans.
Yeah, Cal U, after that penalty, he just seemed to be a little step off, one step off here. Us need to take a moment and relax here.
They have a big lead in this game. They do stop the clock. 12:02 left to play here in this 4th. At the 48-yard line is Cal U in their own territory. Mitchell with the snap, feeling pressure, stepping up in the pocket, firing, quick pop pass to his back, and it'll be just a little nice gain there.
Finding Edenfield.
Ian Edenfield on the
get some
reception.
Back to almost the original line of scrimmage, but it looks like it's going to be about 4th and 11 here.
4th and 11 is the official call. That's correct. It's going to be, looks to be another change of personnel now for Cal U. Cal U going to send off the punt team at the 44-yard line in Seton Hill territory. 11:25 left to play here in the 4th. Biko, nice snap. Gets the punt away cleanly. Fair catch. And a nice down there for the Vulcans. Downing the ball there was number 23 for the Vulcans, and that is Solomon Jr. And Seton Hill takes over deep in their own territory. Just look at the Cal U schedule here again. 7-0, 4-0 in the conference. We have tonight here at Adamson playing Seton Hill. Next week we'll be at the Rock for a very crucial game deciding the title game. And then if necessary, Cal U will also play at Bloomsburg. And if they win against Slippery Rock, they might not have to go to Bloomsburg. That's right, Johnny.
Heading off to the PSAC title game. Aim to face off with Kutztown because it looks like they're going to run away with the East Division.
11:04 left to play here in the 4th. The Griffins backed up at their own 5-yard line, 1st and 10. The snap, able to give it off to his back. That's Wyland. He's able to pick up a nice gain of about 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 now for the Griffins.
Yeah, this has been in the bread and butter for Seton Hill. Is running the ball here. With Weil.
10:35 and counting in this 4th quarter of action. The Griffins showing 3 receivers to the far side of the screen here. McCormick faking the pass, handed off to his back. Weiland the carry again, picking up a couple yards there on the play. Looks to be about 3rd and 3 now.
Yeah, they're going to have a change of personnel. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see a play action and pass from the Griffins here to try to get the 1st down, but we'll have to wait and see whatever Coach Day comes up with.
Let's see what they got here for us. McCormick with a man in motion. Taking the snap. Firing a quick pass, and it is just too much there for the receiver. Incomplete. Intended target there was Adkins. And that's a 4th down for Seton Hill and a change of personnel.
Yeah.
Nice stop there by the Vulcan defense.
And here comes the punting unit and of Seton Hill.
Now, I don't look for there to be any type of trickery here. You're deep in your own end, but you never know with these PSAC teams.
Also get us, Peyton, because we've seen the ball be snapped through the punter's head a couple times.
Yes, we have this season.
Especially at this end of the field.
The snap is clean. The punt is clean, and it is a long drive down the field. And it's fair catch by Jamal Martin Jr., and the Vulcans look to take over just about where they were last time, about the 47-yard line in their own territory.
Take a look here once again at the Super Regional rankings. Bentley number 1, Kutztown 2, Shepherd 3, Cal U comes in at 4, Notre Dame 5, New Haven 6, IUP 7, Slippery Rock 8th, Stone Hill 9th, and Charleston at 10th. And you can guarantee those are going to change after today with
100%.
IUP losing to Edinburgh.
Johnny, I'm still not over that upset. Here we go again. We're now changing quarterback. He's going to pitch it off to Sykes. Able to pick up a nice gain. Looks like about 3. Ball's going to be spotted at midfield, 2nd and 7. We do have a change in quarterback now for the Vulcans. Number 15, Wyatt Hurt, now in for Noah Mitchell.
Yeah, Hurt last week picking up his first touchdown on pass of the season against IUP.
And we saw, Mitchell got hurt there for a little bit, but Hurt was able just to say, no problem, I got this. Registers his first career touchdown and went 2 for 2 while Mitchell was out. And it was a big part of why Cal U was able to come back. Hurt looks to be under center. He is. He's going to roll off to his right. Going to fire downfield. Does he catch it? The officials waiting for a signal. And they're going to give it to him. And that's a Vulcan first down. Coming up with a catch was Jack Coletti. And that was a very nice catch by Coletti. Able to keep his feet in bounds. You see there on the replay. And what a catch by him. He couldn't get that touchdown, so he said, I'm just going to show off like this. And he keeps his feet in bounds for the Vulcan first down.
Yeah, big play there by Coletti to keep this drive alive.
Hurt has the call from Coach Dunn. Vulcans breaking the huddle, 42-7 your score, 8:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Hurt under center, 2 receivers to the far. Sykes in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Richie Sykes to the near side of the field. He's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a loss of looks to be about 3 on the play. 2nd and 13 now for the Vulcans. $7:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter of action. Cal U at the Seton Hill 37-yard line. 2nd and 13.
Little change of personnel here for Cal U, who, as Noah Mitchell's also helping get the play in now.
Cal U just trying to keep this simple here. They just want to run this clock off and get the win. Richie Sykes with the ball now. And he's met up there at the line of scrimmage, and it could potentially be a loss.
No, he's going to gain a couple yards on that one, Peyton. And it's going to be about, looks to be 3rd and about 11 now.
Yeah, excuse me. It was a little bit of a gain there. 3rd and 11 now for the Vulcans. Cal U basically putting their second string in now just to wrap up this game and bring home the victory here on Senior Day. Just past the 6:45 mark in this game. 3rd and 11. Ball spotted at the Seton Hill 34-yard line. Excuse me, the 35-yard line.
And it looks like we're going to get a timeout here, Peyton.
Coach Dunn will call a timeout for his Vulcans with 6:26 remaining here in this fourth quarter. 42-7 your score.
All right, Peyton, let's take a look how we got here. Here, starting off the game with the Lockhart touchdown to get us on the scoreboard. Here, as we look at the second angle of that touchdown play, just a simple catch and throw Oh, that's the second touchdown on first one to Jackson of the day. Then that following drive by Seton Hill as Jamal Martin Jr. comes up with a pick six, untouched in the end zone for the score makes it 21-0. Then here we go with the following drive again, and as Cal U would come up on the fumble, Bulls would set him up nicely, and then who else? Well, once again into Jackson. Put the Cal U up 28-0 before the end of the first half. Another two more touchdowns to Jackson and one to Lockhart, and here we are 42-7.
Cal U just converting on every opportunity they've been given so far. Both teams now back at the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 11 for the Vulcans. Ball spotted at the Seton Hill 35-yard line. Hurt drops back to pass, firing in the middle of the field. And it's in and out of the hands of the receiver. And it's going to be an incomplete pass. It'll bring up a 4th down and 11 for the Vulcans.
Curious to see what Coach Dunn's going to do here. You're just inside range of a field goal for Beatco. Oh, but it looks like the offense is going to go for it.
They will go for it. Hurt stays out on the field. 4th and 11. 6:22 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 42-7, your score in favor of Cal U. Two receivers on either side of the ball. Looks like McCann, the third, is back. Richie Sykes back. Hurt takes the snap. Firing deep downfield, and it's going to be intercepted by Seton Hill in a turnover. And let's look at this replay here, Johnny.
Yeah, as you see, Hurt just drops back. Has a man downfield, but Seton Hill's going to jump the route here for the interception, and they're going to set up 1st and 10 now from their own looks like 6 or 7 yard line. Let's go back here and look at the Seton Hill schedule. Coming up next week, they will play IUP, who's looking for some redemption, and then wrap up their season with Lock Haven.
And we are back out here for action. 6:15 left to play in the fourth. He's going to hand it off to his back. That's Weiland. Able to pick up a nice little gain there. Looks to be about 8 or 9 yards on the play. And we do have an injured Griffin there on the play. And let's hope he's okay. An official timeout by the officials. That actually will be enough to move the chains for the Griffins. It looks like he's up and moving. They're going to just get him to the sidelines here and hope he's okay. Taking a look at this PSAC schedule one more time. Vulcans playing host to the Griffins. Slippery Rock coming away with a victory over Gannon. And then Edinburgh just absolutely upsetting the IUP faithful at home. I believe it was 21-17, that final score.
And I do have another final score. Westchester beats Lock Haven 35-13. Your final score there.
Here we go. McCormick drops back. He's going to fire a deep one downfield, and that is just too much for the receiver over the head. And the intended target there was Mark Bales. He didn't have the speed there, and it'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Griffins.
Yeah, just out of range there on that one. Is that a bomb downfield, but just over the head of the receiver.
5:46 remaining here in this fourth quarter of action. 42-7, your score. McCormick gets the snap. He's going to hand it off to Weiland. Weiland tripped up there. And looks like he will have enough to move the change for the Griffins. That's a 1st down, Seton Hill.
Yeah, been in a big factor for Seton Hill today. Cal U having an issues trying to come up with an answer for him.
Like I said, they haven't had answers for the run game, but the Cal U defense has forced multiple turnovers. Let's see what happens. McCormick drops back, firing deep downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. And what coverage there by Cal U. On the coverage there looks to be Micah Tillman. And that was a big stop there for the Vulcans. That could have been really bad.
Yeah, big stop there for the Vulcans, as that could have ended up with a first down and then some.
Quite some. Sticks on the field indicate a 2nd and 10 now for the Griffins. 5:07 remaining here in this fourth quarter. 2-2 on either side. McCormick with the snap, dropping back, feeling pressure, fires it in the middle of the field. It's caught. He's just going to hold on to the ball. Looks like it was completed to Adkins. Excuse me, no, that was Tyon Battle. That was the public address announcer saying that. But 3rd and 2 now for the Griffins. Ball spotted at the Seton Hill 36-yard line. 3rd and 2. 4:35 and counting. Man in motion. McCormick high snap's going to give it off to his back. Picks up the first down and a little bit more. And that's Weiland again moving the chains for Seton Hill.
Yeah, Weiland and got a nice lane there. Brought it down, up the middle near side. And then turned on the Afterburners to get the first down, and met the secondary of Cal U.
4:10 remaining here in this fourth quarter, 42-7. The snap by McCormick taking it. Air downfield, and it is batted away nicely by the Vulcans. Coming up with the bat there was John Hutchinson. First time I've called his name all season. Good to see that he's coming into the game, get some reps there for the Vulcans. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now for Seton Hill. Seton Hill, 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. McCormick taking the snap, giving it off to his back, and he is brought down immediately by the Vulcans. Coming up with a big stop there for Cal U. It was Logan Burnsworth for the Vulcans. And no gain on the play, 3rd and 10. Big stop there by Cal U.
Burnsworth, the guy we haven't called much this season, and along with Mason Williams on the stop for Cal U.
Seton Hill, 3rd and 10. McCormick feeling pressure and a lot of it. He's going to roll, firing downfield, and he's throwing it out of bounds. And that's a 4th down now for Seton Hill. And McCormick looks visibly frustrated there. Yeah,
he had so many different Vulcans after him on that one, and then just chucked it downfield. Could not find an open receiver. Almost ended up throwing it to one of the Cal U players, number 15. Tyon Oban was in the area for the play.
4th down now. Seton Hill's going for it. McCormick dropping back. Time in the pocket. Firing downfield. And his receiver's able to catch it and bounce off of him, and he's still on his feet. And what a catch there by the Griffins. Coming up was number 81 for them, and that was Todd Phillips. We've mentioned his name earlier in the broadcast. Coming up with another crucial catch there for the Griffins.
And that was number 9, Micah Tillman, and on the stop with number 28, and Jacob Siegel on the stop.
Ball now spotted at the Cal U 32-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Griffins. McCormick giving it off to Weiland. Weiland is a very tough running back, and he's brought down by Cal U.
That was number 46, Josh Miller, on the stop.
A pickup of 6 there on the play. 2nd and 4 now for the Griffins. 2:20 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Griffins trying to get another one up here on the scoreboard. Taking the snap is McCormick. Airing it out for the end zone. And it was incomplete. Nice coverage there by the Vulcans. No flag. Coming up with the stop was Mason Williams. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 now for Seton Hill.
Looks like we have a Griffin hooking up on the far sideline.
2:10 left to play here in the 4th quarter of action. 42-7 is your score here at Adamson Stadium. Sky is getting darker and the lights getting brighter. 2-2. He's going to hand it off to Weiland, finding a hole up the middle. Short little gain there. And it looks like he does have enough. And it will be enough for a Griffin first down. They keep this drive going here, Johnny.
Yeah, the count. Has no answer for this run defense here. And these short passes that Seton Hill keeps running.
Seton Hill is playing the game of just keeping it simple here, going for a few risks, but for the most part, they've kept it simple on this drive, and they're deep in Cal U territory at the 22. McCormick with the snap, dropping back the pass, firing again for the end zone, and it was incomplete there. He tried to go for the top receiver there. That was Taro Gaither. And he just could not hold on to that ball, as it will be 2nd and 10 now.
Yeah, been a while since we called Gaither's name. But tried to go for the one-handed grab and just could not pull it in. Not sure what the referees are talking about here.
I didn't see a flag that thrown on the play.
I guess we did have a flag thrown.
There was a flag thrown. I didn't even see it. Did you see it, Johnny?
I missed it myself. But it looks like the referee's picking it up back about near the goal line. So
you gotta wonder what this is.
So I'm sure we'll sort this out here in a second.
1:32 remaining here in the 4th quarter, and it looks like we have a call. It's going to be offsetting penalties, both teams getting unsportsmanlike conducts. And it is an offsetting penalty, but you can't make it was after the play there too. You got to keep your head screwed on straight, especially for these interconference matchups here. Seton Hill has always played Cal U very hard.
And looks like we're going to get an official timeout here. And the ones they got for the penalty, number 9, Micah Tillman, and for Cal U, and number 81, and Todd Phillips.
And the official's now going to try to explain this to Coach Day, the line judge over there. A little bit of confusion here on the field. I'm not even sure what's going on here.
Yeah, they're going to convene once again in a meeting of the minds.
Is there a garbage can up here? Yeah, right behind you.
So that'll be 2nd down on here for Cal U.
So after the confusion here, Seton Hill will take over 2nd and 10 from the Cal U 22-yard line. 1:32 left to play here in this contest.
We get a last-second change here for the Vulcan defense.
Should be pretty well rested up after that little bit of a break in the action there. McCormick now in the pistol there. And another whistle's blown.
That's going to be delay of game.
Seton Hill takes another delay of game penalty. I believe like this their 2nd or 3rd one there. And Johnny's saying 3. That's going to back him up even further. Now the ball spotted at about the 27-yard line of Cal U. Still 2nd and looks to be 15 from the scoreboard. McCormick with a man in motion. Strong side to the far side. McCormick rolling to his right, feeling the Cal U pressure, gets it off, and he's just going to throw it out of bounds as he was almost just obliterated there on the play by the Vulcan defense.
Yeah, definitely had to get rid of that one quickly as he had a herd of Vulcans coming after him, including number 32 in your programs today, folks. That is Luke Hitchman. and coming after him.
Third down now for Seton Hill. 2 and 2 on either side. McCormick trying to get his Griffins one more score before this game ends. He drops back, firing towards the end zone, and it is incomplete. Intended target there, number 83. Trying to get a name there. That's Tyon Battle. And it was just a little bit ahead of him, and he just could not catch up to it. Minute and 20 left to play here in the contest. 4th down and 15 for Seton Hill. And the Griffins look to keep the offense on the field. They're going to have to go for it here, Johnny.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Day doesn't trust the field goal unit on this one, especially after that blocked field goal earlier.
McCormick dropping back, airing it out for the end zone, and it is defended nicely by the Vulcans, but hold up. There's a flag on the play. And let's see what this flag is about here. Officials are going to convene again. And here we go. Officially a pass interference on the Vulcans. And that is a mistake you can't make. That's going to give Seton Hill an automatic first down deep in your territory. And let's see where they're going to spot the ball. Just outside the 10-yard line at the 12-yard line. And that's where Seton Hill is going to take over at the Vulcan 12-yard line. Fresh set of sticks, 1st and 10. McCormick handing it off to Weiland. Weiland still on his feet. Defenders shedding off of him. And he's going to be short. The officials mark him down at the half-yard line. And that was just a great run there by Logan Weiland.
Yeah, Weiland had a nice room to run, but got swallowed up by that defensive Cal U once again.
1st and goal now for Seton Hill. We're going to try to get this off quickly. Under a minute left to play. A flag is thrown, not sure why. Let's see what it was about.
I think they broke the huddle with one too many players on the field.
And it was an illegal substitution call going against Seton Hill. It's going to remain 1st down, but it will back Seton Hill up to the 6-yard line of Cal U. 49.3 seconds left to play here in the match. 42-7, your score in favor of the Vulcans. Change of personnel for both teams now here. Seton Hill breaking the huddle. 2 receivers on either side. Weiland in the backfield with McCormick. Official last-minute talk with the Seton Hill head coach. And it's going to be a 10-second runoff here. Johnny, do you want to know what's going on here?
So when you're within 2 minutes of the 4th quarter, there's a 10-second runoff for the penalty. So this is going to drop it down to 39.6 seconds left in regulation here.
The clock is now running now. And he's going to give it off to Weiland again. Stops short yet again. Gets to maybe about the 3-yard line. Officials are going to stop the clock here.
Timeout, Seton
Timeout is called by Seton Hill with 28 seconds remaining.
And it looks like Seton Hill is going to talk things over, try to get one more score before the time runs out here.
Seton Hill hasn't really shown up today, down big in this competition. They were able to get one on the board there, but it doesn't equate to Cal's amazing performance here. They've basically had a perfect game here, Johnny. You know, they have multiple turnovers. They've capitalized on them. You know, everything's working out in the pass game, and it's just been a great game here for Cal U.
Yeah, definitely. They've been a good game here by the Vulcans. As other than the one touchdown, they played pretty much a perfect game of offense, defense, special teams. Everything went their way today.
Both teams now coming up to the line of scrimmage. Again, 28 seconds remaining. It's going to be a 2nd and goal for the Griffins. Ball spotted at the 3-yard line in Cal U territory. We've seen the Vulcans' red zone defense before. Can it come up clutch here now? 2 receivers on either side. Weiland in the back with McCormick taking the snap. McCormick for the end zone. And it's incomplete. And a nice coverage there by the Vulcans.
It's going to bring up 3rd down. Oh, and I don't see any flags on the play. So it looks like the play will stand.
Jacob Siegel on the coverage for the Vulcans. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and goal. 24.6 seconds remaining. And let's see what this is. Let's see what happens here. Seton Hill waiting the call from Coach Day. And a timeout is called.
I think that's the last one from Seton Hill. And that will be their last timeout of the half.
Seton Hill not happy with their performance so far. Coach Day letting his players know about it. He wants to get one more up on the board before this game ends, but little do they know they're facing a red-hot red zone defense for the Vulcans. They've already stopped a couple so far. What are you thinking, Johnny? What do you think's going to happen here?
So, defensively, if I'm Coach Dunn, you send out the big boys up front and let them try and stop the run. And over on Seton Hill side, go for a play action and pass. Sucker the defense in and try to go for a quick rollout and find an open man.
Let's see what happens here. McCormick is going to be under center for this one. 2 backs in the backfield. Pitch off to one of them. He's going to take the outside, and he's going to make it in for the Seton Hill touchdown.
Almost running out of the stadium there. There's heading off the track. Had a little too much momentum there as they get in for the score.
Coming up with the touchdown and credited was Jaquan McGriff, just barely getting inside and beating the pylon before he was ran out of bounds. And that's another 6 for Seton Hill. Not going to be enough to catch up, but it's something.
Yeah, this is just a positive note for Seton Hill.
Hager. The kick is up, and it is through the uprights cleanly. We're going to send it to commercial break here. It'll be 42-14 for CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM. We'll be right back.
The Cal U Cupboard connects students to information, services, and resources both on and off campus while providing free items such as food, school supplies, personal hygiene items, and more to our students. Visit our 2 locations at the Vulcan Village Clubhouse and Natali Student Center, or for a contactless option, visit bit.ly.com/Cal U Cupboard to request food or give donations. For important Cal U information, community resources, and our how-to series, follow at Cal U Cupboard on Instagram and the campus-wide announcements.
Welcome back to Adamson Stadium here in California, Pennsylvania. The Vulcans up big here on Seton Hill. The Griffins were able to punch one in just shortly ago. The kick is up, and it's just going to be a fair catch there by Brunson.
Yeah, as Cal U's just going to play it safe here. Here, reel it in and just send out the offense for the quick deal down on and go home here.
17.6 remaining here in this 4th quarter. It's been quite a game for Cal. I can't say the same for Seton Hill, though. Definitely coming up short there. Had a lot of mistakes, and Cal U was able to capitalize on almost all of them. Mitchell's still going to be on the bench. Hurt's going to jog out there with this Cal U offense and bring this one home.
So,
and a victory formation for the Vulcans. Hurt takes the knee, and that will just about wrap it up here for Adamson Stadium. Your final score, Cal U 42, Seton Hill 14. Cal U advances to 8-0 overall, 5-0 in the conference as the teams meet up at center field to shake hands. We've had a great broadcast, Johnny, but we got to end it here now. For the rest of the CUTV crew, my color analyst, Jonathan Sakaguchi, my name is Peyton Trollinger, signing out.